All right. Hello there, everybody. We are here to do the definitive Mario Brothers tier list. These are only mainline games. So we're going to see what we think are absolutely the best Mario games between 2D and 3D. No spin-offs because it would be like way too many freaking games, of course. And I am not doing this alone. I'm doing this with my good old friend Dom. Introduce yourself.
Oh, hi, it's me.
And the legendary, the unseen, in 5 years, the legendary Gino. Introduce yourself.
Hi, it's me again.
Yeah, it's me.
We're gonna be talking about these Mario games and what do we think are the best ones. So getting started right off the bat. By the way, this isn't. We're gonna at least try not to let our opinions counter it too much. Wait, hold on. I feel like we should have better names for this. What should S tier be?
Super.
Power Star.
Ew, that's so cringe. Power Star.
I don't know.
Superstar.
I don't know. Name them after like power ups in like decreasing power. You know.
Or we can name it like Jack Black or something.
So true.
The Jack
Peaches.
It's just Peaches.
Peaches here. That's it.
Peaches. Wait, no, hold on. Peaches. All right, I like that.
Wait, how many tiers are there? One, two, three. Oh, there's 6 tiers. Oh, if there's 5 tiers, just decrease the amount of peaches.
There's so many Peaches. The bottom is Chris Pratt. I like that.
A tier is the
Chris
quote. It's
Pratt.
the Mario Brothers.
The Chris Pratt tier.
Chris Pratt tier.
All right, I like that. All right, let's rock out with that for a little bit. Oh wait, no, but I should do like Mushroom Kingdom.
The Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Here we come. All right, there we go. I think that's pretty good.
This is objectively how every tier list should be made.
Oh, of course. Anyway, getting started. How are we feeling about Super Mario Brothers? I'm gonna let y'all start with this one.
Its impact on everything.
Of course.
Cannot be understated. but
D tier.
Yeah, level design wise, I think it's like
D tier is being nice because it is technically the first Mario game.
Yeah, it is the first. It did a lot right, but its level design I think is like
It did nothing right.
It is very. Now listen, when I was a kid, I would have said that this is the worst Mario game of all time.
It is.
With a little bit more context. What Gino's saying is not wrong. All right, it's probably the most impactful Mario game on this list, right? Besides maybe Mario 64. That's the only thing that can, compare to it. It made. I mean, a lot of people say that this is what made games are what they are today. Is that impact strong enough to at least make it B, though? That's my question.
It's D. The nicest point I'm giving it is D.
D?
I don't think it is. Because when we're talking about we're not talking about the impact the game made on it.
Right, it's the game itself.
About the quality of the game.
Yeah.
I'd push C. I'd push C personally. It's like it's the bare minimum of what a Mario game should be.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I just realized?
It's a very average game compared to other Mario games. It's very average.
You know what I just
So
realized?
I'm putting the average on that one.
Wait. I need some sick-ass Mario music. Wait. Mario.
Oh, just load up Peaches.
No, copyright. It'll get copyrighted. It's too good. Mario music mix. Hold on. Damn, 5 hours of Super Mario music.
All I can think of is just constant sunshine theme.
All right. Let me know if the music sounds good, chat. All right. Let's move on. Constant sunshine.
It's the intro of Delfino Plaza, but the song never starts.
Okay, this is fine. Okay. I have a lot of issues playing this game. I mean, I don't know. It is a product of its time, though. but with knowledge of the fact that Mario 3 is on the same console is crazy when you really think about it.
Even like Mario 2,
right,
on the same console, like that itself was a graphical update, and it did much more than Mario 1 did.
I think I would put it in C. Where would you put it, Gino?
I'm saying a flat C. Like it's an average.
And Dom
Mario
said D.
experience.
You say D, Dom?
I'll keep it C, but it got to be at the very end of C. Like if anything else
I
goes in
agree.
C, it cannot be in front of it.
Okay,
I
I'm with that.
agree.
That thing is getting dust in the back of C no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. Lost Levels. So, this is the original Mario 2.
He's stealing my thunder.
I know, I'm stealing your thunder. This is the original Mario 2. It was only released in Japan until Mario All-Stars came out on the SNES. That's where it was officially released to the US. Now, I want to honestly say, tell me if I'm wrong, I think they made the right decision.
To make it balls to the walls hard?
No, I think it was the right decision that they made Doki Doki Panic the real Mario 2.
Oh, I agree.
Because I think they were right. I think Lost Levels is way too hard.
I agree. I agree that it is a very difficult game.
It's a ROM hack. It's literally a ROM hack difficulty.
But does that make it bad?
Honestly, I think it might. You gotta think about it from a perspective of a kid. Who the heck is gonna like this game when they're a child?
That's fair.
Mario games are supposed to be accessible.
Because I feel like on the quality scale, on the quality scale, Mario 1 and Mario Lost Levels are the same game.
They are. They're basically the same game. It's just Lost Levels is way harder.
It's just a ROM. It's just the levels are different. And this one gave Luigi the physics.
That is true. It's the first game with Luigi physics in all of the Mario games.
Right.
Which is something, to be fair. It's technically a playable character. Right.
But at the same time, I just think it's...
I think I'd put it D.
I'll put it in D because it is a less enjoyable experience.
Like, it's so hard that... Could you imagine giving this kid to, like, your kid? Like, your child? Right. You get Mario 2 Lost Levels for your kid for Christmas. They can't even beat level 1.
What do you mean give it to my child? I don't even want to play it.
For real. We tried playing it and we couldn't even beat it. And we were, like, older. Like, we played a lot of Mario games.
Right.
I mean, I've beaten it, like, 2 times to this day, but, like, it's a lot.
The only way to casually play this game is on Switch Online with the rewind function.
For real. I don't know. Again, I respect how hard it is. I do. But I don't think that makes it a good Mario game. I really don't. Mario is kind of like Kirby, you know? It needs to be easy enough to jump in, but, like, you could speedrun it.
I think they did the right thing when they brought Mario 1 to Game Boy Color.
Mm-hmm.
And they renamed, like, they added Lost Levels as like a bonus game, and they renamed it for Super Mario Bros. For Super Players.
Really?
It's like the hard game. That's what they called it. It was like the hard game.
I didn't know that. See, look at that, the Mario trivia.
Right, and I think that it shouldn't have been its own game. It should have been like a hard mode, you know?
Yeah, I can see that. All right. Moving on to the better Mario 2. Did you know that Mario 2 is Doki Doki Panic? That's in every fact video. It's in every fact video.
Stealing my thunder.
I think, honestly, okay, when I look at Mario 2 on the NES, I actually think it looks really good. It has 4 different playable characters, all that play very differently from each other.
Mm-hmm. And its level design is much more, I'll say, interesting than Mario 1.
I think it makes it more fun, though. It makes it very unique.
It does, because Mario 1 didn't have any verticality in its levels. Well, Mario 2 had a lot of verticality.
That was the big thing it did, because Doki Doki Panic had the vertical. And that's not something that video games really did that much.
Yeah, it's like the first thing you see when you start the game. Mario's falling.
And you know, it's actually funny, even though this isn't technically a Mario game or whatever the frick the fact lists say, it basically is, because
It is.
it actually introduced a lot of what Mario has today.
And it, fun fact, was developed by a lot of the core Mario team back in the day.
Right.
So
the enemies,
it is
you know, Shy Guys were first in this game. Pokies. Hell, Peach's whole glide mechanic finally came back in World. You know, her glide mechanic came from this game. Luigi's foot woggling, you know.
Toad Speed.
Toad Speed. I mean, these are really big things that came back later.
So yeah, I'd say it's a solid B tier.
Dom, how do you
I'd put a B too.
You think that's good?
I've always thought this game is the correct first Mario game they made.
Damn, he really hates the OG Mario.
Well, I mean,
It's fun. It's fun.
this seems like it would have been the perfect like first release for Mario.
Right.
I would agree. I
see where he's coming from.
I see where you're coming from. If Mario 3 didn't exist, the greatest Mario game of all time.
I say D tier.
You know, honestly, Chris Pratt tier.
Sorry, I dropped my chair. Chris Pratt
Chris
chair.
Pratt tier on this.
No, it's Mushroom Kingdom. Here we come. All right.
I would say.
Okay, hold on. Let me do my piece. This is my favorite Mario game. Let me do my piece.
Let him speak. Let him cook.
Let me cook. Let me cook for a second. All right. Mario 3 is Mario 3 or Mario World, really, but Mario 3 in particular is the absolute perfection of what Mario should be. It is Mario 1 with amazing controls, a ton of power-ups, way more than the original Mario 1. Mario 2 didn't even have power-ups. So, you know, like the fact that
Mario
it brought back
power-ups, but it did have different playable characters that played differently.
That's true. But it gave us our first ever flying ability. Can you believe that? That is such a big thing for Mario now.
That's true.
Flying abilities are amazing. The world map was first introduced in this game. It used to just be level to level to level. The world map connects the levels. Everybody loves the world map. And more than that, there's secrets. There's secrets everywhere. Much better secrets. In co-op, you can battle each other in the arcade Mario style. Did you know that? On the world map, you could battle each other for your power-ups.
I know it was in Mario Advance. I didn't know it was in Mario.
It is in the NES version. It absolutely is.
I did not know that.
And there's a whole not even Mario World had this. In the world map, you could store power-ups for future use. Everybody thought it was in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It was in this game. On the NES. On the NES.
So, it did do a lot right. And I do think that its abundance of power-ups.
And optional levels, too. You don't have to do all the levels.
That's true, optional level. Well, I do think that the world map is huge when it comes to Mario. Like that, it gives the games a sense of world building that they didn't have.
And let me tell you something that the newer games don't have that this game has. All right, let me keep going further.
Okay, go for it.
There are so many secrets in this game. So many that people don't even know about to this day. You collect a certain amount of coins in a level, suddenly there's a money ship that spawns on the world. Right. There's if you break a rock with the secret hammer power up, you unlock a secret part of the map in World 2 that has secret power-ups in a Fire Bro boss battle. Bro,
so
that's so cool.
I do think it does a lot right, and I do think I'll give it the Peaches tier. But yes. I just want to say that like its power-up variety is, I think, the best of any Mario game to this day.
I agree. He's speaking facts. Let him cook.
Because like, what is it? It has the the mushroom, fireflower, star, basic stuff, and then it has like the Tanuki suit, the raccoon suit, and then it has the the frog suit. What else does it have? Hammer Bro suit, which
Oh.
we haven't even seen since then.
Nope.
We haven't seen Hammer Bro
OG.
suit.
The frog suit, everybody's favorite power up.
Right, but it has a different suit, and each suit changes how you play.
I didn't even think about the flight thing before though, but like, tell me the flight power up is not always the
Flight
best power up.
is such a huge deal for Mario because
Every flight power up's the best power up of that game, hands down.
right. Also, what I mentioned in Mario 2 added verticality. That while Mario 2 had level design based around verticality, Mario 3
has
had
both.
had very horizontal level design, but it
You can
uses
still fly up.
verticality for secrets.
Right, you could fly up in any stage and find something crazy.
Which I think is very good because it rewards the players for exploring in a very linear area.
It's true. It's true. You could just beat the levels linearly. Linearly, that's not even a word. Like in Mario 1. But you could also
Just go
explore
up,
for
right.
secret
But
power-ups,
if you go
for
up and down,
one-ups.
you have a lot of exploration potential, which I think it's rewarding for players that manage to not only keep the power up because you can lose them, but also just find them.
Big Set in my chat says P speed is such a good speedrun mechanic too. That's true. The P speed meter, I love it.
True.
Being able to
True.
see how your speed right there and how it works, super fun. Running through levels
True.
in Mario games, that's what makes them fun.
I do think the one thing this game is missing is some sort of main collectible, like a Yoshi coin or a Star coin or something like that. That makes it fun to look around for those. You know.
Yeah, maybe. I can agree with that.
Like when you fly up with the Tanuki suit to like a sky area, like for example 1-1. That's the easiest example. It's just like coins in a 1-up. Like that's.
But then
you know?
okay, you're right. But then I think about the secrets like you could hold down on the white platform and go behind the
Yeah,
exit.
There's a lot of secrets like that.
I love
But-
that's the type of thing we don't have that type of thing in video games nowadays. These are things
Right.
that you talk to each other on the playground and you're like, "Oh, hey, did you
Right.
do this at this level? If you hold down,
Right.
then you get like just little things that you could just talk about. Like that's so cool."
Right. And I will say that I think Mario 3 deserves the Peaches tier.
Dom, what do you say?
I'm very biased of this game because I never liked it.
What? All right, tell us what you don't like about it. Let's hear 'em out.
To
Let's hear 'em out.
me, I always thought this was a very pre-made Mario World. Like this was the test run for Mario World.
I understand what he's saying.
I also
I'm not
think
saying that I agree. I'm just saying I understand.
I understand
I
as
also
well.
think that
I don't agree, but I understand what you're
because
saying.
for me, I don't like the map. The map to me, I always hated. It was
What? You don't
annoying
like
to
you
look
don't like
at.
a
It
world
was-
map?
Not in Mario 3. Mario 3 was, I think, the worst map I have ever seen. in terms
Oh,
of
I
map.
hardcore disagree. I think it's the second best map a Mario game has ever had. It has secrets all over the place.
What is the first one?
The first is Mario World, easily. It's not even close.
Okay, yeah, okay.
It's Mario.
The Mario World map is absolutely busted. There's secrets
I
everywhere.
will say it definitely seems like I'm still sticking with Mario 2 seems like the perfect first Mario game. Mario 3 seems like the perfect second Mario game.
Okay, I will
'Cause
give
it
you
seems-
this.
it
Mario
seems like
3 is
the
kind of hard.
Next upgrade they do.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna give-
I do agree
major
that
upgrade.
3 has some difficulty to it.
Mario 3 is kind of hard. I will give that to you. Maybe it's not the best. I don't know. I don't know. Because to be fair, the
But-
first world is fine.
Right.
But there definitely is a
It's-
difficulty curve.
Yeah, there is a difficulty curve, and I respect that. I respect that.
I do. But it's not like lost levels.
For a franchise that is known for being, you know, bing bing wahoo baby games, like it has a genuine difficulty curve that I think is like the perfect difficulty curve.
All right, so
I don't
still.
think the game ever gets too challenging, but it does have a challenge to it.
All right, now Dom, if you can give me something that you think is like objectively bad about the game, I'll bring it down to A. But so far, I think it's just opinionated stuff you've been saying. Let me know. Let me know. What are we thinking?
The sun.
The sun's great. That's one of the best enemies we've gotten.
Honestly, I never liked the movement.
Really?
Like the movement, the jumping, yeah, just the
I think it's
controller.
the
like,
best.
Like
movement
air
was-
physics.
Yeah,
Or you mean you like the jumping like in the like when you're in the air
just like the
tryna
movement in
hold back
general.
or
Like
whatever?
it felt so weird to move.
It's super
jump.
strict. It's not floaty at all. It's very.
That's what Mario is though.
But I don't think Mario should be floaty. I mean, we're gonna get there when we get there. But that's my biggest issue with New
Like
Suit.
every other game for Mario, he is
I think World is
floating.
basically the same
Whether
physics.
he jumps, when he lands, whatever you want to say.
Okay, but I will say this: Mario 3 controls a lot better than All Stars Mario 1.
God, I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of All Stars Mario 1. Anyway, let's move on. We can come back to the list and we can always come back and adjust.
I will take every chance I get to slander Mario All Stars Mario 1.
At the end, we can adjust any placements or change some
Right, of
rankings.
course.
Okay.
Actually, the sun gave me so much anxiety.
I love the
D-tier.
sun. I love the sun, bro. Anyway,
Chicken Little, we get it.
Super Mario Land. So, you two have never played this game. I've played
I
half
have
of
never
it.
played this game.
I played half of it. I can't say that I have the nostalgia for it because I don't. I played it when I was older. This game, play-wise, is in Mushroom Kingdom. Here we come. But, big butt here. Big bootylicious butt. It is the first. What is it?
Handheld?
It's the first portable Mario game.
Right.
And I think that at least brings it below Lost Levels, I would say.
That's fair.
Yeah, fair.
I have no argument.
I think
I know
Mario.
nothing about
Listen. As bad as the gameplay is for it, Mario's perfect for portable. It is. It's a
just
casual
think-
game.
From
You
what
just-
I've seen, it looks like a competent first
It's good
attempt at a
enough.
mobile, at a portable Mario game.
I'd say it's good enough. I would play it just to have fun. Even I mean, compared to any other game, no. But like I would still play it if I was in the 90s. I would run up on some Mario Land. I would. But
Right.
we'd always change it if there's nothing else in Mushroom Kingdom. Here we come.
Right?
All right, so this one's tied for me. I said listen, this in Mario World. I mean, what the frick? Mario World and Mario 3 are like so similar. It's not even close.
I would put it above it for one reason:
Yoshi.
the soundtrack.
Ooh. Although I could argue
love
Mario
that
3
soundtrack.
soundtrack is better.
No, the
No, you
Mario
definitely
World soundtrack.
I mean, Mario World has a better sound
Like
chip.
all of those stick in your
I'd-
head that you don't want.
For Mario 3 and Mario World, I think that these games are very equal in terms of their quality. Like just the quality of the level design, the quality of the world map. I think they're very
This is the best world map
they're
we've ever
very-
gotten.
They're very equal.
This is
but I'm gonna make an argument to say that Mario World should be higher than Mario 3,
I'm okay with that.
and that's because
I'll also say, because I'm gonna jump in front of you, Gino.
go for it.
The mods that came out of Mario World.
We
think
can't
was-
count
it
that,
was
but
a
you're
game
right.
that-
I'm not. I don't want to count like unofficial stuff. Just
Well,
like,
no,
what
I'm not
game
saying
is-
that. I'm saying it was the first game that actually was able to make spin-off mods for it.
Right.
It is huge, but I can't count that for
It is huge, but Mario 64.
No, Mario World has more.
Well, we're
Mario
not
World has way
saying that.
more.
It does have way more, but
Kaizo
Which one's
alone
better?
is crazy. Kaizo Mario made such a splash.
Kaizo World is crazy, but I do want to make an argument for why I think Mario World should be better than Mario 3, or should be placed higher than Mario 3, and it's three things. It's three things. For one, remember what I said about Mario 3 not having some kind of collectible aspect for like secrets.
Yes, but I don't care about the Yoshi coins, bro.
Right, right. But that's very tiny, but also it keeps track of all the secret exits that you've gone through.
Now the secret exits are a big
On your
ass
save
point.
file.
I can
On
agree
your
with the
save
secret.
file.
Right.
So
So
I think, and that's like a completionist thing for me.
it is. That's really good. That is a good ass point. I love that in any game. I love that in any game. The fact that it keeps track of your exits. The 100% criteria for this game. This is the first
It's like
Mario game where there is 100% completion. Before, you didn't technically have to beat every level to just beat the game. There was nothing that
Right.
told you that you did anything special for doing that. But in Mario World, it tells you, hey, this is the percentage of the levels you've beaten, the amount of exits that you've gotten. And the secret exits in this game, chef's kiss. That's all I gotta say. Chef's freaking kiss. They are none of them are too complicated like a certain Luigi U. That's my biggest issue with Luigi U, by the way, but I'll come back to that.
I 100% agree on that, but we'll talk about it later.
You don't necessarily have to look up anything in this game. If you're smart enough, you could figure it out. And when you do, you feel so proud of yourself. It also has super hard levels. There's a secret world that has insanely.
I was gonna say
they're like lost levels, level of hard, but like that's perfect. It's not like it's like that the whole game.
For a secret world, like I said, like if Lost Levels was a hard mode,
Exactly.
or a secret unlockable in Mario 1.
There's like 8
It would've
super
been
hard
better.
levels, but that's good. That's basically
Right,
that's basically Champion's Road, way back here.
So that's what I was gonna say. Like Mario World, not only does it secret exits, like have optional routes in the world map or whatever, but they take you to secret worlds and secret levels. And then also, while I think Mario 3 has a better variety of power-ups, because Mario World only has like the mushroom, fire flower, star, and cape.
I mean, yeah, but Yoshi is huge, admittedly.
It has Yoshi.
Yoshi is huge.
And
And let me tell you the biggest thing about Mario World and why I think it beats...
It's the Yoshi shells. It's the Yoshi shells.
Oh, well, that's great and all. But let me tell you the real reason why World... I'm going to fight for World being above every single other 2D Mario game on this list. Is because...
Well, the only other Mario games on this... The only other 2D games are New Soup, and they're not going that high.
Even besides that... It aggravates me so much. This is the only Mario game that you could bring Yoshi between levels. Why can't you? Why can't you in any other game? He's a power-up at the end of the day. Let me keep my Yoshi if I have it. I don't get it. I don't get why you can't. It's just fun. I don't know. I like the fact that I can bring my Yoshi.
Yeah, but there's... If Mario 3... does everything right, Mario World just expands on it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think that
I think that it is definitively a better experience.
I can agree with that. I think I am nostalgia pilled whenever I say I like Mario 3 a bit more. I think objectively speaking, I can agree that Mario World's a better game. It has a lot going for it. It really
has
does.
a bit more color, a bit more whatever.
It has a lot more oomph. I think the world itself, ironically enough, I think the world itself is what carries it so hard, man. I love that overall
I
much.
agree.
The Switch palaces, which change each level.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah, the Switch palaces.
You know that, Dom, do you remember when we played co-op of it last time? Do you remember the super secret exit in the first ghost house? You could fly up to the top left of the ghost house and then run to the right. And then you unlock this secret level that it's literally just a power-up level. And you can power yourself up. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I don't think he remembers that. Either way, just the fact that that's in there.
Yeah, I completely forgot that they had the Switch palaces, because that completely changes levels.
It does. It absolutely does. And a lot of them have power-ups too. I don't know.
And a lot of them are required. So the Switch palaces are sometimes like secret exits. And sometimes when you hit the switch and you go back to a different level, it
changes
opens
it.
the path to a different secret exit.
And even just finding exits with like the keys and stuff in the levels, there's so much more world exploration, man. And the
Right.
also the cape is the best flying power up we've ever gotten.
Okay, that wasn't a hot take then. I was about to say hot take. Cape is better than Tanuki.
It is. It is. You can fly infinitely with the cape. It's the only flying power up that you
just
can
is.
fly infinitely. It's busted.
It just is.
Anyway, let's finally move on. We're talking too much about these.
Right. Well, they have a lot. They have a lot to talk about.
Where would you have put this, Dom? Even though I'm not gonna move it.
What world?
Yeah.
I would have left it there.
Well, there you go. Cool.
Yeah, I just said that. To me, it would be above Mario 3.
It's a great game. It really
That
is.
and it's always for me. It is when I think Mario. That game is like the first original one that pops in my head.
Right. I mean, after World, obviously New Super Mario Bros. DS is original technically, but just the fact that all of the ones after it are the exact same carbon copy of New Soup, it makes them not feel original. Mario 3 and Mario World both felt like their own behemoth of games. Like they both felt very original. So I don't know.
And honestly, like we'll get to it later.
All right.
I don't want to talk too much about those games just yet.
Anyway, Land 2. Again, I don't think y'all have played this game. This game's a lot. This game is a lot better than Land. A lot better. Like way better. It's not even close, and it's portable. I put it. It has a world map too. It took a lot from 3 and World. It has brand new power-ups like the bunny ears, which is a new flight power-up. I'm either thinking above 2 or below. I know y'all haven't played it, but
yeah, no. I'm letting you take the wheel on this one.
Can't really do
I
anything.
have no input on the Mario Land games.
I just think it's more fun than 2. That's my only critique about it. I mean, it has a world map. I think just the fact that it has a world map is fair enough. It's fun and it's portable. Only the second portable Mario game, and it's like the same quality. It's like close to Mario 3 or World. Like honestly, it really is. It just has limitations, so it's hard to put them on the same level.
Here comes the fun ones.
Yeah, this is a big one. Okay.
I know we just had 2 peaches in a row, but
I need another one.
honestly,
Okay.
I know we.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
I know we talked earlier about how we kind of want to limit the S tiers, but like, come on.
This is
I'll be
Mario
honest,
64.
I think after this one, we won't have another Peach until
until a very long time from now.
a few.
So
I
Mario
feel like this
64.
deserves to be in Peaches.
It absolutely does.
Again,
Everything about it is.
If we're talking like we talked about Mario 1, how it had its impact on all of gaming, and I think Mario 64 is just that, but again.
It is, and
An even
I
bigger
think
impact.
I think it holds up a lot better than Mario 1 as well. I could play
It does,
60.
It does.
I
A
could
lot
play
of people
64
will-
and still love it.
Yeah, a lot of people have
People still
on
to
Mario
this day
64,
speedrun.
its camera is bad, and I agree its camera can be bad. Maybe I've just played it too much and I have a good hold of it. But it's just it's a game I feel like is timeless. It perfected a genre in its first try, like a 3D collectathon platformer.
Mhm.
It damn near perfected it on its first try.
It did. It really did. I mean, it has the
I have
limitations of
very-
the console, but it is an incredible game.
I have very little grievances with the game aside from like its camera.
I mean, this is
Yeah.
I use Mario 64 as a way to down talk Ocarina of Time. I mean, I know this isn't a Zelda game tier list, but like, damn, this game's gameplay is so much more fun than Ocarina of Time.
It's honestly Odyssey's right there, but I think I will say that it's probably my favorite movement personally
Besides Odyssey.
in a. I might like it just a tiny bit more than
Really?
No.
Odyssey's
No.
butter, bruh.
Odyssey is butter. Odyssey is butter. But
Odyssey is
I
butter.
feel like, but like I feel like there's such tiny little things in 64's gameplay that take it a little to the top for me. Like, for example, when you have a wing cap, you can like slow your descent by holding the jump button.
I will say the wing cap. Okay.
Like, Odyssey doesn't have that. Like Odyssey is based
The
entirely
amount
on
of things you
and
can
while
do with
Cappy
Cappy
is great.
alone.
All right. Now, I think I do love 64. And I definitely deserves Peach's tier. But I need to fight 64 a little bit here for a second. Just to have a good
Go
debate.
for it.
Go
for it.
I have to fight it to have a good debate here.
Go for it.
World should at least go above it. And let me tell you why.
No.
Let me tell you why.
Oh,
I cannot think of a single issue with World. There are a ton of issues level design wise for 64. It's still super fun, but
okay.
remember, wait.
Okay.
Let me get into
Rainbow
it.
Ride. Rainbow Ride.
I'm not even there yet. Let me talk about it. There is a lot of level design issues. It is as revolutionary as it is. There's a lot of issues here. Remember how I said in World in 3, you don't have to look up anything to find these, well, especially with
Okay.
World. You don't have to look up
Okay.
anything. You don't need
Okay.
anybody's information to 100% the game. In 64, it is impossible. I would argue it is impossible without outside help to 100% this game. Nobody in the world is getting blasted away the wall without
Okay.
knowing about it. What kind of level
Okay.
design is that? Tell me about this. Okay, all you get about this star, the only information you get about this star is blast away the wall, the title of the thing. No other hints, that's it. What you have to do to get this star is use the cannon to blast at a random ass corner of the wall, and then there's the star.
Okay.
What is that? What is that? You can
I'm not gonna
only
say
get
you're
that
wrong.
from
I'm
hearing
not
from a
gonna say you're
friend
wrong.
or looking it up.
And
Not
did you
gonna
say
say you're
you
wrong.
wanted Mario games to be harder, huh?
That's not harder, that's just bad.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Lost Levels is better than that. It actually is. That's just bad. It's impossible to find that. It is. There's no hint. There's nothing. There's no way to find it at all.
I can agree. I can agree, and I will say that is probably like level design like that is definitely a product of its
It's
time.
awful. It's awful. But World doesn't have that. It just doesn't.
World, I can
They're definitely
I-
not the
World
same
does
thing,
not have
though.
I
It
can say
absolutely
World
is.
does not have that.
No, because you could 100% World, but you cannot 100% 64 without outside help. I think that's absolutely a big part of it.
No.
I agree.
There's no,
with,
there's, I don't, Dom, look
if
up
I
the
can
star
use
I'm
this
talking about.
specific example-
I know what it is.
I'm gonna use the same example that you did, blast away the wall. That's only in the second world.
I think that makes it
Like-
worse.
Like I think because like you can go, you can walk into Peach's castle, go to Bob Battlefield, get 1 star, and then go to Womp's Fortress, and then like blast away the walls like the 3rd star or something like that.
Like, it could have even been like, and they could have
I
made it
think-
better.
I
They
think-
could have had like a toad telling you, like maybe
They
right
could have
next to
had,
it.
Like, they could have like a toad tell you something, or they could have had the star was like sticking out of the wall just a tiny bit, but you couldn't collect it until you broke the wall.
You could correct me if I'm wrong. Did 64 DS, you could see the star on the bottom screen. Did it have that star shown to you on the bottom screen? Because that would have been something.
Off the top of my head, I cannot tell you.
Because if that's the case, I mean, at least that's something. I kind of disagree
Right.
with that game mechanic, but for this specific star, I mean, that might be needed. This is,
That
is so bad.
I don't remember if that's a thing, but no, I do agree that some stars, like who's gonna figure out the 100 coin star?
that's all, I mean,
Right.
okay, well, with the 100 coin star,
Unless you're just having fun playing the game, jumping around the worlds, and you just happen to grab 100 coins.
I think 100 coins is fine. Because at the end of the day, at the very least, you could definitely run into
Someone
that by
will
accident.
think, yeah. Well,
You could
even
run into that by
someone will
accident.
think of that.
You can run into
And there's
that.
already the 8 red coins, so you're going to be getting those too, which are 2 coins each. So it's like,
Right. Right, but I still think that if you're just playing the game and you go to the very end and you beat Bowser at the very end, I think it's entirely possible you never come across 100 point star.
I also think
I disagree.
And then you'll just never know about them.
All right, Dom wants to say
no,
something.
because-
What's your rebuttal?
Go for it.
Well, because you got to think with Super Mario 64, a bunch of people got curious of what the limits were.
Right.
So I think someone would have tried the whole let me get 100 coins, you know, especially after.
No, I
Definitely
agree.
did, because
I
we know
agree.
about it, right?
I think
Yeah,
no. I think there even kids probably tried to get every coin in the level. I think that's fine.
I feel like them just adding the whole collect 8 red coins to get a star is like a huge just. Oh, I wonder what happens if I get 100.
But okay, let me go back to my argument for the badly designed stars, though. There's a lot of them. Honestly, it's not even. I mean, the Blast of the Way the Wall is the worst one. I'll tell you right now, that is so bad. And that's like a top tier bad game design level. But there's other ones too. Hell, you could even argue that
The entirety of the ride. Oops.
with his back
Oops,
camera.
did I say something?
There's a lot of levels in TikTok Clock that are very, very hard to, like, without outside help. How are you supposed to know that you walk into the level and that specific level of speed is what you need to get that certain star?
Right. I can agree on that. But
Or Tiny Huge Island.
But what you're talking about, and I'll tell you this, I 100% agree, and I do think because of that, it should be placed below Mario World. But you're talking about first experience. The game is replayable as all hell.
True.
After that first time, people are gonna know
After that
about
first time, it's
If the
like,
internet
you
didn't
know
exist,
what you're getting yourself into, and it's gonna be like you're gonna see like this is a great experience.
I mean,
Like,
yes, it's a great.
It's
Okay,
first try, and then second time you got it. You know.
right. Of course. I
But-
mean, it's
but
still an S.
I
Okay.
do think-
No matter what, I still want to put it in S tier. No matter what.
No,
But
I do agree because when you're playing the game, it's a good game.
it's a fantastic game, and it did a lot. But I'm just saying this can't be ignored. You know, these are glaring weaknesses.
100%.
Little
I
things
don't
like
think you need-
I don't even think like I don't know. I don't think that this is good that some of the secrets just don't feel that satisfying either. Also, the fact that some of the stars you just get instantly by talking to toads in Peach's Castle. What the frick is that? That's not a level. You just talk to a toad.
No, I hate to
Yeah,
pick
it's
Mario
padding.
Odyssey.
It's padding.
Well, that's
I had to
true.
break
But
the
okay,
man.
Odyssey's
Odyssey
different
gives
though.
you like 20 of those.
Odyssey is different
Well,
though because Odyssey's
is more like
moons are not levels.
Odyssey's- Okay, we can talk more about this later.
We'll get to
but-
Odyssey later.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
but Odyssey's-
there's a difference between a Mario 64 star and a Mario Odyssey moon. That's all I'm going to say about that.
There's a big difference, but I will say this: you we can compare like the Toad Star to that one star in New Donk City where you just sit next to a guy on a bench.
Right.
Like, how are you gonna know that that guy is someone you can talk to by
I don't-
sitting on a bench?
Okay, you're right though. You are right though. That's actually a good point. I didn't even think about it like that. But then again, no, I still disagree. I think Odyssey is better because even for the least noticeable moons in Odyssey, even though there's way more moons than there are stars, there's always hint arts. I mean, not hint
That's
arts.
true.
There's always the
That's true.
hints. The hint system, if you seriously cannot find a moon, you can always
Like,
find it in game. The hint
The
system
hint code and
works.
the talk to and you scan amiibo.
If that was in 64?
it has a very, very good hint system, and we'll talk more about this later. But
And you don't need to look at anything
up.
up.
I just want to say, like Odyssey also has this, like, has those kind of moons. Like comparing like the Toad stars where you just talk to Toad, versus sitting next to a guy on the bench or finding Peach in all the kingdoms. It's different because like finding Peach is like a scavenger hunt, you know.
Uh-huh. All right, now I think I could.
No,
I
that's
want to
different.
come back to this. I'm not gonna fight for this yet. Maybe I'll fight at the end. I want to compare 3 and 64's level design at the end. But for now, I'm okay with this. Does this
I
look
don't-
good?
I don't. That's fine, but I don't think.
I still think
terrible level
64
design.
goes above World.
Well, okay, fine.
Because
Fight,
the whole
fight my
argument
argument.
you had,
Fight my argument with a good point. From World,
if you think about it, it really doesn't matter.
it absolutely matters.
It's only relevant if you're trying to 100% it. In which case, you only do it once. After that, you're solely playing it for either speedrunning or just for fun. Half of the people who played it didn't even go for the 100%. So you could easily skip that 1 star, or even
But
the
there's a
other stars
lot.
that don't.
There's a lot.
You could still skip them. Like that's the thing. Unless you're trying to 100% it, you can just avoid them.
But I could still say the same thing about World, though. You could ignore all the secrets. You don't need to do the secrets. Nobody did the secrets the first time. It's the same thing. But when you do want to be... Let's say you love both games. You want to 100% both of them. You get stuck in 64. You go to World. You have a great time. You 100% the whole game. But you can't figure out these few stars that you're missing in 64. Now,
No, even then,
listen. The thing with 64 is that
they added.
the thing with 64 is that the nostalgia goggles are so strong. Everybody knows what every star is in 64.
Right.
But when you really look at it, it's pretty dumb. A lot of them.
No, I agree.
I mean,
I still think that what 64 added definitely makes up for that. Like the paintings, the caps, the levels.
I'd argue
the
that
multiple boss fights that
I'd
you
argue
have.
the only good cap is the wing cap.
Okay, but even then, wearing the other caps, like
And even then, the cape feather is more fun than the wing cap. Hot take.
okay, where's your paintings then? Huh?
The wing cap. Here's another thing. Does the game even tell you how to fly?
It does.
Oh, okay, it does. Okay, never mind.
Uh,
I was gonna say,
It
what
does.
what if some kid just didn't triple jump and they never found out how to use the power up?
They do know how to fly. They tell you the triple jump or shoot out of cannon.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it explains the actual controls of flight very well.
It doesn't. It's a lot more complicated.
It is very complicated. And future 3D flying items like the Red Star in Galaxy do it a lot better.
Nobody cares about the Red Star in Galaxy.
No, but
Nobody cares about the Red Star in Galaxy.
No,
bro.
I'm saying like the controls.
You're right though. You're
are
right
better.
though. You are right. But nobody cares about the Red Star in
Nobody
Galaxy.
cares. I'm not saying I care about it. I'm just saying that like future games
Yeah.
have better flight controls in 3D spaces than
I will
than the wing
give.
cap.
I still do like the wing cap though, because I actually think it's the only flying power up in a 3D Mario game. Now I think about it, besides the
There's-
freaking Red Star, which is only in one level.
there's one more.
Where?
The P balloon in 64 DS.
Shut the frick up!
yeah, that's gonna
Shut
be
the frick. That's still a 64 anyway.
Insane.
All right. Anyway, like I said, let's move on. I'm very happy with this. I don't think Dom has made a good enough point for me to move it back up, though. Not yet. But we can always come back. Well, because I still want to talk more level design stuff about it. Anyway, we were on that
Right.
for way too long.
Deserved, honestly.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, hell, it's so impactful. It's huge. So this one's hard. I think this is one of the most different Mario games on the list. Sunshine. I really like it. I think it suffers from some of the 64 level design stuff.
I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
It's also not nearly as impactful as 64. Not even close. At this point, 3D platformers are coming out like the freaking Swiss Army knife.
Right.
Your Banjo-Kazooies, your freaking... there's a million of them. Whatever. Your Donkey Kong
Right.
64s. I really
So-
don't know.
I do want to say this.
It's definitely not Peaches, obviously.
It's not Peaches.
No.
I think I would give it an A, or maybe a very high B.
Yeah, I was gonna say B.
Mhm.
But I just want to mention this. Its controls.
Are they good or bad?
they're good, but
There's no long
they
jump.
can be a little off. It's a little slippery.
Yeah, I
A
agree.
little too slippery.
I agree. It's
Right.
It also has a lot of glitches, surprisingly.
It
I
does.
almost-
It was a
though.
very. It's the least polished Mario game on this list.
Hear me out though, right?
All right, all right.
But-
It introduces
I
Bowser
think
Jr.
Flood makes up for it.
It introduces Bowser Jr., he says.
It does.
I don't know, I say B because it's definitely a good game, but I
Well-
feel like the only reason it is good is because of the concept. The actual game itself is not that good.
I agree,
Right.
actually. I
think turning Mario into a third-person shooter was kind of weird.
Yeah,
I mean, I think the fact that it's so unique is something I really like about it. It's
Right.
so different from even every other 3D Mario game.
Right.
The fact that
like-
Flood is the forefront. I think my favorite levels of Sunshine are actually the ones where you lose Flood, and it's just another this base Mario game.
Right.
I like
And-
those levels.
Those are very good levels, and I do like that they have them there. I just feel like Mario's base controls,
They're hard. They're slippery. They're weird.
it makes them challenging, and I do like a challenge in my Mario games. Don't get me wrong, but Mario's moveset is also gimped from Mario 64. There's no long jump.
Let me give another good point though.
There's no backflip. There's no backflip either. You can only do that side flip.
All right,
the hover
let me
slowly.
give one really big point in Sunshine's favor because I'm looking
Go
at the
for it.
list. I think maybe we could argue it's A tier because I think it definitely has the best overworld.
I can agree.
Delfino Plaza.
Delfino
I mean,
Plaza is great.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Peach's Castle is very iconic, but Delfino Plaza has so
Peach's-
much to it.
I'll tell you this. Peach's Castle is a glorified level select. It's a very good
Right.
level select.
It is good, but there's not that
But-
much going on. There's not that
But
many secrets.
I'll tell you this. Out of the 120 shines in Sunshine, 10 of them are in Delfino Plaza.
Oh, okay.
And they're very good level. And they're they're hidden in areas in the plaza, in side levels in the plaza.
Mm-hmm.
There's blue coins throughout the entire place.
All
It
right.
has enough content for it to be its own level.
I know I
But
just
it's
said
just
it.
public.
I know I just said it should be A tier, but now I'm backtracking. My least favorite thing about this game, Dom was bringing up earlier how 64 you don't need to you can just get whatever stars you want, and that's really good level design. Because guess what Sunshine doesn't do?
It doesn't do that.
It doesn't do that.
It's very linear.
It is very.
linear
I
back
didn't even. I completely forgot. In Sunshine, they do this very odd thing where they require you to get the first 6 shines in every single level in order to beat the game. That is
there.
bad.
No. It's actually the first 7.
That's even worse.
Because-
The lack of freedom.
because-
Yes, Gino just said there's a million shines you can get in Delfino Plaza, which is cool for the completionist. But if you're just trying to beat the game, there's no freedom. You always have to beat the exact same shines. You cannot just get a certain number
Right.
anywhere.
because
and beat the
because
game.
it's locked behind the ending of the game is locked behind the story, which is fine, but it's by comparing it to other Mario games, you have less freedom. You have to go to
Mm-hmm.
every level, beat Shadow Mario in every level, so that
That's so
Delfino
lame.
Plaza can flood.
It
and
really
then
is so
you-
lame.
on top of Corona Mountain. So that is it. It's by comparing it to Mario 64, it's not as good of you don't have the freedom or even the
Mm-hmm. That
capacity.
that alone,
You don't have
I,
the
I think
freedom.
I know I was just
toy.
ragging on 64 for its poor level designs, but I think that lack of freedom is way worse. I do. I think
I do, especially and these levels are sandboxes. That's what they are.
yeah.
You run around, you jump around, you do whatever you want.
And flying
But
with Flood is fun,
You can't
but
do
who
whatever
cares?
you want if you can't get any star or shine you want.
How do you feel about that, Dom?
I don't know.
I don't know. Too much?
It's
I do
Sunshine
wanna-
has always been like the
The black sheep.
It is the black sheep.
50-50, like really amazing and then really also terrible.
I kind of
Like,
agree. It has a lot of
Cause
like
you-
glaring
'cause-
weaknesses.
Personally, the few things I love about the game is the actual levels themselves are very nice.
They look
To me, at
pretty
least.
too. They hold up
Like,
pretty
because
well.
you guys were saying, oh, you have to keep getting the same 7 stars and the same maps. Who the hell just joined?
Who just joined?
Oh my god, it's Mel.
No, Mel, leave. We're doing a
I
tier
did
list.
not need to hit that button.
Leave.
I was trying to click on your Twitch stream and then it just didn't.
Leave.
Hey,
You could
you
be in
wanna
the.
play
You could be in the
some
chat. No, we're ranking Mario games right now. Anyways,
I was gonna say the levels was super. Like, what was the one I'm trying to think of?
Peanut Park.
There's
That's
lot
a
of
good
good
one. It was like the big construction one.
Oh, Rico Harbor.
Yeah, that one. I liked that one. The
Oh,
hotel.
yeah.
The hotel one I loved.
I love how actually. I know I was just saying I hate the lack of freedom. I do like how with every shine you get, the level actually like changes.
It expands a bit.
It changes a lot.
Yeah. There's something I do want to mention about the levels,
All right, go ahead.
and
Quickly.
I think, yeah, okay, I think the theme of it being a tropical resort or like a tropical area works into the game's detriment just a little bit because Mario games have, they all have variety. You have the grasslands, the desert, they have that variety. It's not, I say variety, but it's like the same every time.
That's
but,
true.
But like,
I know what you mean.
It's the same every time, but the variety
in the game
like,
itself.
in the game itself, it's they did what they could with like a tropical resort setting.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that it's like there's no like ice level where like like they're like ice physics are a thing.
I think we could have used a better like a big lava level too. They only really have Bowser's
Corona
Castle
Mountain
or
was-
whatever. Corona Mountain, yeah.
Corona Mountain was like a lava level, but it wasn't like a lava level.
Yeah.
Like you're on a boat
For
and the
real.
boat controls like
There's
ass.
a lot of, yeah, I know. There's a lot of weird things. Also, Yoshi controls incredibly weird in this game.
Yeah, Yoshi is more slippery than Mario in this game.
Yeah, there's a lot of odd choices in this game. We can change it up, but I think B is fair here. I will.
I do think B is very fair.
I think
Yeah, B would be.
There's a lot of
lowest.
grievance. I have a lot of grievances with this game, but overall, when I was playing it, I played it for the first time in 3D All Stars, so I have a very fresh experience of this game.
I will say, if they had the freedom with the shines like it is in 64, I think it's a contender for like even the highest part of A. Because again, I think it has the best
agree.
overworld. The best overworld. Like,
I agree.
Honestly, kind of by far. There's so many good secrets in Delfino Plaza.
Right, and
The game is
I
so-
first played the game with 3D All Stars very recently, and I still enjoy my time very much with it. But it suffers from the Mario 64 thing, where like if you want to complete it, you have to Google it because all the blue coins.
There is a lot of stuff like that, yeah. A lot of weird
Yeah.
design choices. Anyway, let's move on.
But yeah, let's move on.
So, this is my first experience with Mario 64 right here.
That was mine too.
Mario 64 DS. Now listen. It is very cool. They were super hyped that the DS came out. They said, all right, the port of the DS is going to be a 3D Mario game. It's going to be a port of Mario 64. We're going to add a lot of extra stars and everything. Sounds great, right? It's an enhanced version of Mario 64. And it is. Everything about it is better than Mario 64 except for one single thing.
And it's the most crucial thing.
The most important thing. The gameplay is so much worse. The controls are so much worse.
Hear me out though, right?
It's not even just the fact that it's a D-pad and not like an analog stick. No. The game is just worse to control.
And it also, for some reason, they decided it needed a run button. Why do you need a run button? I don't get that. But like that's stupid. It doesn't need a run button.
It doesn't, because you're gonna hold down the run button the entire time. But the problem for me is not the fact that it has a run button or it's a D-pad. It's just very stiff compared to
stiff.
Mario 64. There's a reason. There's
It's
a
not nearly as
reason why
fun to
you
play.
see. There's a reason why you see a lot of Mario 64 speedruns and not a lot of Mario 64 DS speedruns.
Right.
because it's not fun to play. It's not. It's fun to play, but it's not as fun to play.
For
It's
me,
added
I
stars.
Wait, let Dom speak. Let Dom speak.
was gonna say, for me, I would at most put it C tier. The highlight of that game was the mini games.
And okay, but the worst part about it is that they're not even co-op in 64 DS.
There is co-op.
There is co-op, but not, the mini games aren't.
No, it's not co-op. It's like a battle mode almost.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's fine. But New Super Mario Bros. Has way better co-op. Way better co-op.
It does.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. C. It's definitely not. It shouldn't be anywhere above B. I don't think it's even on B.
I agree, because while it's extra content, it has 3 new characters, like 30 more stars. It has a lot of extra content. It's just that the game is just not as fun to play as it is Mario 64.
I mean, that's the most important part, really. It has 30 extra stars. A lot of the badly designed stars are helped a lot. I think it's kind of a bummer that they added the mechanic of seeing the stars where they are on the bottom screen, because it kind of defeats the purpose of exploration.
Of like exploring.
Yeah. Okay, listen. As cool of the concept as multiple playable characters in this game are, it's not as good as it looks. Let me tell you. Let me tell you why. First of all, Luigi's absolutely the best one. Like, by far. It's not even close.
I will rebuttal you, and
with Yoshi because he could play as Luigi.
Yes.
Either way, basically, you're always going to play as Luigi because he's the most broken. Nobody wants to play as Wario. Why would you ever play as Wario? He's slower. He jumps.
There's that one
less.
level where you have to break a black block.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. It's so stupid. It's so arbitrary. Why do you have to play as a worse character just to get a star, just to do a checklist? That's not fun.
But
wait, hold on. I'm cooking.
I feel like they realized that in development, and they added the caps.
I'm cooking right now. The caps are so much hindered in this game. For some ungodly known reason, they decided, hey, let's make every cap specific to that character. So the metal cap only can go to Wario. The flying cap can only go to Mario. The invisibility cap or the vanish cap can only go to Luigi. And Yoshi can just breathe fire for some reason. Bro, why would they do this?
You forgot something.
Yes, I know. Mario can turn pea balloon. What the frick ever.
No. The fact that they're not caps anymore. It's just a flower.
That is true. It's just a basic power-up.
It's just a basic power-up that all 4 of them can get. And for some reason, Mario gets 2 of them instead of Mario gets 2 of them, but the other ones only get 1. Like, what the hell?
Okay.
But there's also the caps, like the actual, like the Mario cap, the Luigi cap, where you can transform into each character throughout the level. I think that's a really cool concept. Like, as like a power-up, because it's what it is. It's a power-up.
I agree.
And the fact that you have to go back to that one room to switch characters, I feel like they realized how bad that was and made the caps, the character caps.
My biggest issue with it is that the caps most of the time only show up if you're Yoshi.
No, they show up in every level, but the character that you're playing as their cap doesn't show up, and there's not a Yoshi cap. So there's no reason to not play as anyone but Yoshi.
That's true.
Because also when you jump into a level as Yoshi and
you could choose any cap you want.
You can pick the cap. There's no reason to not play as anyone but Yoshi.
Anyway, it's just odd design. I don't want to be stuck on
some reason. Okay, but except for one reason, where you have to be Mario to open the Bowser doors.
Oh my god, why? I forgot about that. For some ungodly reason, you're forced to play as Mario just to fight Bowser. Also, another point, the Bowser boss fights suck with a D-pad. Bro.
Oh, 100%.
They are awful. In 64, obviously you have if you have the analog stick, it's fine. You know, you just circle around it, get some Mario Party freaking
burn your finger.
Burn your fingers.
Just burn the palm of your hand, that's it.
Easy game. 64 DS spinning Bowser with the D-pad is absolutely awful. It comes to the point where it's actually easier to just circle it on the bottom screen, but like that's just so awkward and nobody wants to do that.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of bad things about this game now that I think about it. It's a shame because this game's actually a big part of my childhood.
No, it's not a bad game. It just has some baffling ideas, and I think content-wise, it is a much better game than Mario 64. But the controls are worse. It has baffling decisions in its design.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just not as good.
Yeah, I think to have a hindered remake is really bad. Anyways, so let's
Hear
move
me
on.
out though, Brad.
Oh, okay.
You want a Ricola or something?
No.
A little bit
about
of
Mario
alcohol for your throat?
DS. This might be a hot take, but after thinking of everything, I think OG 64 should be an A tier.
What?
Whoa.
That's a really hot take. What made you say that?
Because just thinking about like Mario DS definitely was better, but also worse than the original. But then when you think about the original, you think about how many issues that they were to begin with.
Like what? Elaborate.
Stars. The only good thing about it was that you had an actual controller to use. Everything else.
Well, it's also the first 3D game.
I like how he said the only good thing about it was that he had a controller to use. He just said the only good thing is that the game was playable.
Yeah. Exactly.
So what's bad about it?
Stars. Bosses were kind of boring. I'll be honest.
The bosses are bad. I will absolutely agree.
The bosses are not good.
But I mean, to be fair, World and 3 don't have much better bosses, so none of the Mario games really have great bosses.
I feel like
Odyssey
the normal
exists, but okay.
levels are
Yeah.
not that good.
I
like,
agree. That's a really hot
I love
take,
the
though.
idea of these special paintings. Like, I love that idea, but most of them aren't good maps. Yeah, that's about it.
Let's think about it.
'Cause, like,
We're gonna have 3.
I would think
we're gonna
Mario
limit.
Sunshine maps are better.
I kind of agree. Maybe some of the 64 ones are really good, but some of them are also really bad.
Yeah, no, the 64 has a great mix of good and bad.
Big hit or miss. All right, well, let's leave it here for now. We're going to limit S tier to 3 games. Does that sound good to everybody? So
we're gonna have to get rid of some of them in that case.
Right, depending on what's happening. We're gonna see. I think 64 is still fair to have at the bottom at least. Which I'm okay with. I mean, I was gonna fight
it
for
definitely
this.
deserves its S tier, but maybe not as high as I think. Maybe not as high. Maybe I'm a little nostalgia blind. I'm not sure.
Right.
Nostalgia
Anyways,
I think
blind
it's just
for a
nostalgia.
game I played after its remake.
anyways, let's go. New Super Mario Bros. All
B,
right.
B.
B. Just put it in B and let's move on.
B.
This is the only one that I like though.
The only reason it's B is because it had multiplayer.
I think it's A.
It was a very generic game.
Okay,
Like,
you know what?
It's the introduction. Listen.
No, wait. I recently replayed the Mario vs Luigi mode in that game.
Bro, it's fun.
There was a fan game that had like up to like 32 players in it, and I played with like 5 people. It was chaotic as hell.
I want to play that with you.
Oh, we can do that.
That sounds fire.
Yeah, it was chaotic as all hell, and yeah, it's an A tier. It's an A tier for that alone. For that mode alone, brings it up to an A tier for me because that mode is so much fun. And I don't know why they've never brought it back.
All right, let me cook a little bit with this one. So,
Cook.
new soup.
Also
this is the oh, I love the blue shell. Anyway, this is the only new soup game that is original. because it's the first one. When you really think about it, again, it seems bad because of all that came after it, but think of it as if this is the only game that came out for New Soup.
Right.
Bro, it added so much. It added star coins, which I think overall is a great mechanic, right? Explore the levels. That's more completion bonuses. I think secret exits are cooler, personally, but I think star coins are still a nice completion bonus. And they unlock the harder levels at the end of the game, you know.
No.
Not in this game, actually.
Not in this game.
But anyway, the point is that they started in this game. And there are still a lot of secret exits in this game.
I actually do want to say that God, why can I say it? The star coins had a very interesting use case in this game, where they had signs on the world map that you could only get past by paying for star coins, and those extra paths took you to like the mushroom houses, the one-up houses, and different levels.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool.
I think secret exits are cooler, but this game still has secret exits.
It does still have secret exits, but it doesn't have as many.
Yeah.
And they're mostly just like regulated to like the ghost houses.
That's true. Okay, but main important things about this game, again, think of it in a vacuum, but without any of the games that come after it. Hell, it added wall jumping. Think about that for a second. No 2D Mario game had wall jumping.
Yeah, and that's huge because remember what I said about Mario 2? It had vertical level design and wall jumping.
To be fair, this game actually
vertical level design without a flying power up.
To be fair though, I disagree with that point actually. If you really think about it, New Soup is basically that's actually one of my biggest issues with New Soup as a whole series. It doesn't feel creative at all. It focuses way too much on Mario 1 design. There actually are not there's not any vertical levels. Even though you can wall jump, it's still only basically horizontal levels.
Right. Right. But it brings a level of verticality that you can't. The wall jump itself brings a level of verticality to those levels that you can't even get with a flying power up, because the flying power ups normally had you go like forward and up, but wall jump is straight up.
Last thing I want to say about the base game is that I really like how you unlock the secret worlds in this game. It's one of my personal favorites.
Mario during the bosses.
It's good. It's such great game design. You beat the boss of that world. By the way, you know what? I was just saying that the bosses in all Mario games are bad. This game has original boss fights. They're actually good boss fights.
You need to fight Petey Piranha in 2D. You have to fight
every single world has a unique boss fight. They're not just the Koopalings, surprisingly.
Right.
They're all unique.
Well, you fight Bowser Jr. in every world, but...
Okay, yes, but that's the halfway. The main boss of every world is a unique boss fight.
Right.
That's really cool.
And that's actually really cool. That's actually really cool and something that...
But anyway, besides that, what I really love, game design-wise, you beat whatever boss is in that world, and then you see there's just a little path that's a mini pathway when you're running through trying to save Peach or whatever in the little cutscene. You run through, and then you see a path that you would perfectly fit in if you're a Mini Mario. So you struggle to beat the boss with Mini Mario. The only way you can deal damage to it is by ground pounding, and obviously you die in one hit. So this made a great artificial difficulty that made these boss fights feel so much more epic, so much more actually good. So
and I actually do I agree with that.
Dom, do you remember anything about the boss fights?
Yeah, I remember.
But yeah, I love that. I think that's a great way to unlock extra worlds.
It would definitely be A or B. One of those two, either high B or A. But
I think what really
boss fights.
I you know what? I think this conversation convinced me. I think we're going up with A.
Yeah, boss fights and items are kind of the saving grace.
Yeah, for sure. And
the blue shell.
Listen,
Blue shell. The only ever appearance of the blue shell item.
That, and again, the mini games.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say this. So both the mini games and Mario vs. Luigi, amazing co-op like it's just amazing. I can't tell you how much me and Dom grew up playing this game. This game alone, through
The
DS
amount of
Wireless.
hours I spent.
The good old days where you only needed one game to play multiplayer, bro. Oh,
Right? Oh,
DS
so good.
Wireless
So good.
play, bro. Oh,
So
The amount
good.
of time I would spend playing like blackjack or
Luigi Poker, bro.
Listen, they could release like a $30 game on the eShop that's just like Luigi Casino, and I would buy it and I would play it for hundreds of hours. It's so good.
yeah, that memory match.
I learned how to play poker through New Super Mario
whatever
Bros.
that whatever that find Luigi and the.
Oh,
crowd
yeah, that
and
was
stuff.
fun.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
one.
god, yeah, it's so many good ones. But
There's a lot of good
but you have to
minigames.
realize something. But you have to realize something.
And they're all
Most of
co-op
them-
in this game.
But they are all co-op in this game. But you have to remember that most of them were taken from 64DS.
It doesn't matter though, because now they're
They just
co-op.
made it better. Yeah.
Now they are co-op. That is
That
huge.
alone
is
makes it
huge.
so much better. Because
does.
who
That
the
is-
frick
that
wants
is
to play mini games
absolutely
by
huge.
themselves? I mean, some of them. I mean, like I said, the Luigi ones were all really good, and some of them were okay single player. But they were where they really shone was in multiplayer, and you could play with up to 4 players in minigame mode. And Mario vs Luigi, super fun mode as well. It's just little things like this. It has great multiplayer and it has great single player. I don't know, man. I think A is
Right?
fair.
No, I think A is fair. I think A is fair.
Yeah.
You have convinced me. I think.
Yeah, and y'all are so set on B. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Well, think
You have
about it.
convinced me. No.
The mini games kind of saved that one for me.
But
The minigames-
it's also
the
important
minigames
to
are
remember that
hard carry. Hard carry.
it's the first. New Soup was fine until it kept coming out.
that doesn't help. That doesn't change anything.
Absolutely
New Soup
it
was
does.
fine.
Absolutely it does. Because,
New Soup was fine until we got 5 games in 6
right,
years.
and then it became boring. It was fine when it first came out. Anyway. Wow, this is a big one. All right, so what I'm going to say right away about Super Mario Galaxy is...
Detour.
Mushroom Kingdom here. It has the best
I don't
soundtrack
think
in the
there's a
series.
single Mushroom Kingdom you recall with this
This is the-
entire list. No,
thi-
nothing's that bad.
This is the best soundtrack in the series. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't tell you you're wrong. Actually, I will
Odyssey.
argue one, but it's not on this tier list. I will argue
Okay,
one, but it's not on
Odyssey
this
is
tier list.
good. Odyssey's good, but listen, man.
Hear me out.
It wasn't even Odyssey.
You-
I was gonna argue.
Well, I was gonna say you always say if
If it has lyrics, it's better.
yeah, if it has lyrics, it's better. And
But-
as soon as Odyssey came out and had lyrics, you went crazy.
That was so hype, bruh. That was
Lyrics,
so
lyrics
hype.
take any, lyrics take any.
But they
song.
have orchestras for the music in this game, though.
Oh, and I know, and I love orchestrated music in my games. Don't get me wrong. But the best Mario soundtrack, I think, goes to Mario Kart 8.
Shut the frick up. I'm talking about
I'm
Mainline.
sorry, that game has too many bangers.
But you're right.
It
You're
has
right.
too
It
many
does
bangers.
have a lot of I'm talking about Mainline.
I know. I said it's not on this list, but
Because
I'm
Paper
trying to-
Mario would be the winner in that case.
Wait, which one?
Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario,
That's
easily.
True. That's so true. That's so true.
Anyways,
Anyway,
okay, so
I have-
this is the first 3D Mario game that followed linear levels. They are not open
Yeah,
world
linear.
like 64 or Sunshine. Every single star is a level. It's like a 2D level, but in 3D space.
right.
But they're
it's-
very well
but
designed. That doesn't mean
not
it's bad.
bogged down by like the 2D formula of let's run through this level, collect power ups,
Right.
and get to the flagpole. This one actually has
It's more about the platforming, I'd say.
effort.
It's more about the platforming. It's more about the challenge. And it does not have freedom. It doesn't.
It does not have.
Not really. There's no secrets. There's not many secrets at all. There's some areas where there was like a secret power star. I think what I'm going to say Galaxy 2 beats it on is that Galaxy 2 does have a feature that made exploring the levels a lot more interesting.
I will say this: you say it's not as freedom. It doesn't have the freedom as a 3D game, but I think it has more freedom than Sunshine.
I definitely think it's better than Sunshine.
Oh, I agree. I was gonna say like, Okay, this is maybe this is a hot take. I think it's worse than New Soup though.
Is it?
I would argue the other way. I
That's
would
an
say
insane statement if I've ever heard one.
I would say Galaxy's better than New Soup.
I mean that's fair.
I'd
Like,
say it's
the-
better,
the-
but I want
New Soup has way better co-op though. Galaxy's
does.
co-op is trash.
It does, but
Okay, but hear me out, though.
I do want to say this. I think Galaxy has more freedom than Sunshine.
Why? Well, because you can get as whatever stars you want. That's true.
No, you. It's not that you can't. It's not that you can get whatever stars you want. It's that most of the time, not in the beginning of the game, but like towards the middle and the end part of the game, you can go to any world you want
That's true.
when you have enough stars.
Yeah.
Sunshine doesn't really have that because you know how like Sunshine you have to go through all these levels.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first 7 stars in every world.
Right.
So Galaxy, you don't have to you don't even have to see every world to go to the end. It's like Mario 64 where you can collect 70 stars, and it doesn't matter which 70 stars. It just has to be 70 stars.
I think maybe I was hyping up New Soup a little too hard because
You are.
Yes,
You are
yes.
because New Soup is not better than Galaxy.
yeah, Galaxy. I'm thinking about it now. I love the comets
Dude,
so much.
the comets are good.
The comets are such great difficulty levels.
Right.
Oh my god! Remember trying your freaking hardest to beat the one comet, beating the boulder boss with 1 HP?
Oh God!
Bro, that was insane.
Don't remind me.
Bro, but I love that.
Galaxy also added a bunch of new abilities too.
Yeah, its power up variety is great.
Yeah.
I don't like the
And
power-ups
and
in
its
Galaxy though.
power-ups-
And then
its
the boss
power-ups.
boost.
Its power-ups are power-ups that you'll never see in a 2D Mario game.
But I
And
don't
you'll probably never see again. Honestly,
I specifically don't like the power-ups in this game though. Why the hell?
Really?
I don't. I mean, I get it. I get that it's supposed to be different, but like it pisses me off
But-
that the fire flower is a time limit, for example.
okay, that's annoying. But
Like why?
That-
let
that's
me
annoying.
do a whole level with it at least.
I understand that one. But like the ice flower in this game, I think is much better than the
Ice
flower
flower's fun.
in the new Super Mario Bros. Games.
The ice flower is very fun. You're skating through that one level where you're skating over lava and stuff
Yeah.
is so sick. You're
Yeah.
wall jumping on waterfalls. That was hype. Galaxy is better. I think just for concept alone as well. Like this this game is so much different than any Mario game we've gotten previously.
And I know I dogged on 64DS for being stiff in the controls, because I think Galaxy's a little stiff in its controls too, but it's a lot floatier.
It is a lot
Bro,
floatier, so it's
on
more
the
forgiving.
Wiimote, man.
It's a lot floatier because of the
Yeah.
gravity mechanic and circular level design. You'd think would be like the most nauseating thing.
Yeah,
of all
somehow they
time.
made it work. I don't even know how.
They made it work.
They did
And
make it work.
I
Good
just
on
have to
them.
commend that.
Somehow collecting star bits is actually kind of fun,
Right.
unless you're the second player. Unless you're the second player.
But if you're the second player, I think you find collect Starbucks really fun. That's the only.
That's
thing
all you're
doing.
doing. Yeah, no, it probably is. Yeah, I was just so hyped up about New Soup. Galaxy is pretty damn
no,
crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah,
God.
I think that's fair.
What, dumb?
I had something in my head that you guys aren't gonna like.
Say it.
What? Say it.
To me,
What? The tier list is shaped like an F.
to me, I would put Galaxy where 64 is.
Ooh.
That is a statement that has been made.
All right, I'm just going
It's-
to.
it's
I know
like-
it's out of order. I want to do Galaxy 2 right now. I think Galaxy
Hold on,
2.
Can we go back for 1 sec?
Galaxy 2 is better than Galaxy though. I'm gonna fight for that.
I don't remember too much of Galaxy 2, so
Galaxy 2 is just more Galaxy, but this time with Yoshi.
No, it's not even
Yeah.
just that. It's not even just that. There are way more levels. Instead of
There
having
are way
three
more levels.
instead of having 3 stars per level, there's 2. But you have to understand that they It's the same amount of stars. It's 120 stars in both games.
240.
Yes, I know the green stars. I'm not talking about that right now. I'm gonna get there though. 120 base stars in both,
Right.
and there's 2 in every single world in Galaxy 2. So you have to understand, that's times 1.5 the worlds in this game. There's so many more locales.
There are so many more worlds, but I mentioned this with Galaxy, and this goes back to Sunshine. Linear level progression.
But that's what Galaxy does best. Galaxy was trying too hard to have.
I meant like the world map.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. I think the world map. This is a hot take because when I was a kid, I loved the Comet Observatory. I don't think it's good for Galaxy. Galaxy is a 2D Mario game in a 3D space at the end of the day. So why not go all the way?
That is a
It's
statement
about
I
the
do not
levels.
agree with because-
It's the levels.
Listen. That's a statement I don't agree with because we're about to get to actual 3D Mario game or 2D Mario games in 3D spaces.
Okay, 3D World definitely. 3D World and 3D Land are definitely way more 2D based. That's true. But man, Galaxy 2 focused on the challenge.
Here's the thing. You can say that it's a 2D Mario in a 3D space, but I want to bring up something not Mario related, but you can say the same thing for a game like Sonic Adventure.
Not really.
Like you can say, that Sonic Adventure is a 2D Sonic game in a 3D space.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say.
So why would you say it about Galaxy?
No, I would say the Boost formula games are like 2D Sonic in a 3D space.
Okay, but why would you say that? If you can't say that about Sonic Adventure, how can you say that about Mario Galaxy?
Well, Adventure is like 64.
No, Sonic Adventure is very much level based. Have you actually played Sonic Adventure?
I have, but compared to the Boost formula, the Boost formula is absolutely way more level based.
Oh, definitely, but that's not what I'm talking about.
No, but okay. Anyway, we're not talking about freaking Sonic right now.
I know, but
I don't care about Sonic right now. I'm talking about Galaxy 2.
I'm just making a comparison here because Sonic Adventure, you go from one level to another level. You go from point A to point B. Same thing in Mario Galaxy, and you wouldn't call that a 2D Sonic game in a 3D space. But you'd call Galaxy a 2D Sonic game in a 3D space.
Okay, to be fair, fine. You're right. I don't mean that. Okay, you're right. I wouldn't consider a 2D Mario in a 3D space. That's what I would say for 3D Land. This game, though, it deciding to be more linear, it's just focusing on the levels. It has more levels. If I were to choose between a overworld and more levels, I pick more levels any day. Absolutely. That's what happened, though.
Fair.
That's absolutely what happened, though. They said, screw the overworld. You got a level map, more levels, more locales, more content. There are 240 stars in this game. Not only you have the linear progression, much better designed levels in Galaxy 2 than Galaxy. Not only that, but guess what? Even after you go through those very tightly designed levels in Galaxy 2, then you have 120 green stars to collect. And every single green star is like Mario 64 all of a sudden. Suddenly, game switch.
Right.
You're exploring the levels. You're trying to find them.
Great. I think that's great.
But that's only after you get 120.
Yeah. So it makes the game like it's like, oh, go back to these levels and now you can explore them a little bit more to find these green stars that are not on the beaten path. They're on like some little side route.
You know what else Galaxy has? You know what else Galaxy 2 has? It has comet coins. Comet coins are how comet coins are great. They're basically star coins in 3D Mario.
Again, I mentioned this before, like having a collectible aspect that actually adds like more content later on is very important to me when it comes to a game.
I think the fact that the comets are unlocked by the comet coins is way more engaging than just they randomly show up like in Galaxy.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying that like I'm not saying that like Galaxy 2 is better than Galaxy 1, but I do think there's some aspects of Galaxy 1 that is better than Galaxy 2. And I think they're very equal and you can put them any way and I won't argue with you.
I can agree with that, but I still think 2 is above.
And that's fair. But I just think when I think Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2, in my mind it's like they're the same game. It's just like
I mean, they are. It's kind of like
it feels like DLC.
It basically is.
It's essentially DLC. It's just more Galaxy. It's more Galaxy.
But it's way more than just × 1. I mean, like just another one. It's basically 2 Mario Galaxies in one game.
Right.
It's so much more content, so much more, and the levels themselves are so much better. If you really sit down and look at them.
I guess you can call it Super Mario Galaxy Deluxe.
Shut the freak up.
Super Mario Galaxy more.
Anyway, again, listen. Say what you will about the Comet Observatory. I think the only thing that I like more about Galaxy 1 is because, again, yes, I like the Comet Observatory better, but I would still always pick more levels, so it's not even a comparison to me. The one thing I'm disappointed about Galaxy 2 is that they got rid of Rosalina, basically.
Right.
That's kind of a bummer. I don't know. It's kind of a bummer because she was the main, basically the main person, the new main character of Galaxy.
Right.
And she was only at the very end of Galaxy 2. Anyway, also Galaxy 2 had the Grandmaster Galaxy, which is something that the Mario series has done since. The ultimate test, the ultimate final level. I love that crap.
More games should do that.
They should. Why not? The very last level.
One final test of like
it's insane.
Your abilities in the game.
It's so hard. It's like there's a comet in the very hardest level of the game. You beat the whole level with 1 HP. It's the perfect run. And to this day, I still think it's the hardest Mario level ever made.
I do think that.
Even harder than Grandmaster Galaxy and 3D World. I absolutely do think that. Anyway.
Champions Road in 3D World is very easy. Darker Side and Odyssey is not even hard. It's just long.
Yeah, Darker Side is not nearly as hard as Galaxy 2's perfect run. And that's such a well-designed level, man. It's so good. It's level designed the game. I think...
Right.
Shoot, I mean, maybe I would... Okay, here's the thing. I don't agree Galaxy should be taking 64s, but I would agree Galaxy 2 would take 64s. Because all of the issues that I said about 64, man, 2 perfects level design.
That's a very fair point. I just don't know if I agree.
Bro, there's so many good levels in Galaxy 2. They're all perfectly designed.
One of them even is a Mario 64.
One of them is level 6 is Mario 64. One of them is Womp's Fortress. But they don't have Blast the Wall, so it makes it even better.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's a win-win. Like, either way, we get rid of Mario 64 and we put up Galaxy 2.
Damn, I can't believe how much you hate on Mario 64 now. You were just hyping it up earlier.
I will let this happen, but I will not be happy about it.
What is your...
I feel like the only...
I will let this happen, but I will not be happy about it.
Okay, let's just talk about Galaxy 2 between Galaxy 2 and Galaxy. Why do you think Galaxy's better? Just give me an actual reason.
I know it's a Mario game, right?
Surprising.
Story.
Whoa. Okay.
Its story adds a lot to its world.
You're just talking about the Rosalina story, right?
Not just the Rosalina story. I think that it has a more it makes Bowser feel more dangerous than he actually is in Galaxy than in Galaxy 2. Like they make him feel more like a threat.
You know damn well when you saw Galaxy,
he just straight up invades the Mushroom Kingdom. He takes the Peach's Castle. I know they did that in Paper Mario too, but he takes Peach's Castle.
They did that way before
they did that in Paper Mario. But it's like the opening cutscenes and the way that they present Bowser in Galaxy makes him feel more threatening than in Galaxy 2. The Rosalina story is great and all, but that's not like part of the actual story of the game.
Yeah, that's just lore. That's just lore.
It's just lore. It's a lore dump. But that lore dump adds a lot to the world that is, well, not the world, but the hub world of the Comet Observatory.
Listen,
and I think that is a better hub world than Mario's Head.
I don't think the minimalistic story beats that you're. And I agree. I agree that Bowser is more intimidating in Galaxy 1. But that doesn't beat
It doesn't.
times two the content. And let me give one big thing I just realized.
Go for it. Go for it.
You can play as Luigi in Galaxy 1, but you need 120 stars to do it, and you're replaying through the whole game. In Galaxy 2, you only need 80 stars, and then you have the option to choose between Luigi and Mario. Luigi has a higher jump, bigger spin, he can swim faster. You could choose between the two. It's like Mario 64 DS characters done better. You just get to choose.
What you're saying is that Galaxy's better than 64.
Galaxy 2.
Galaxy 2, I'm saying.
Either way, Galaxy, the game, 1 and 2 is better than 64.
Okay, but counterpoint to your Luigi point, that you can now play as Luigi screen is funny.
Okay. The thing is, I still think 64 is better than Galaxy. I know this sounds stupid, but because I was literally just talking about how much 64 has bad, like, game design for a lot of the levels. And Galaxy, I mean, the levels that Galaxy do have are still very well designed. They're just very, like, they don't know what they want to do. They're not as linear as Galaxy 2's levels, so they kind of just feel in a weird spot where they're trying to be 64 while also being 2D Mario games. Anyway, the big thing why I think 64 is better than Galaxy is because I think 64 controls a lot better than the Galaxy games. I just think that Galaxy 2's level design... I think Galaxy 2's level design carries it even higher than that.
It does. It does.
Yeah,
I agree. It does control better than Galaxy.
64's, like, camera alone is...
I mean,
okay.
no! Galaxy's camera's worse!
Argue that
Galaxy's camera's worse! It is!
I never had that big of an issue with the Galaxy.
It's awful. It's awful. I hate it. Oh my god, I'm so glad you said that. I forgot how much I hate the Galaxy camera. It's awful.
I will say it has a terrible camera.
I mean, when you're trying to explore the level, it doesn't let you move the camera at all. At least with 64, you have the option to move the camera at all times. Galaxy, you're trying to use the C button on the nunchuck. It doesn't let you scroll. Sometimes it'll just block. You don't have free camera control. You just don't. 64, even if 64's camera can be wonky, you still always have full control of it. In Galaxy, you're not even allowed to move the camera a lot of the time.
Okay, but I just want to go back so you understand what I was saying about, like, when I said the story and Bowser. I think there are elements of Galaxy 1 that are better than Galaxy 2, and elements of Galaxy 2 that are better than Galaxy 1, which is why I think that they should be placed evenly on the board, on the tier list. Because I think the games complement each other.
I agree that they're very similar, but I think Galaxy 2's highs are so much higher that they don't need to be right next to each other.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
Like, I get what you're saying, and I agree.
I'm still annoyed about Mario 64 getting out of Peach's tier, but I will not I will not argue about it, but I'm very mad about it.
Okay, we could have 4 games. We could have 2 3Ds and 2 2Ds. Is that fair?
But by the end of this, there will be one more 3D game.
That's true. That's true.
I'm thinking of the future, and I'm like, there'll be one more 3D game on this list.
All right. Anyway, I've already.
Just like there's too much in S. You know?
Until I hear a debate that says that Galaxy is better than Galaxy 2, I'm not even going to consider it for S tier. Galaxy 2.
That's fair.
I could debate 64 or Galaxy 2. There are still a lot of things between these two. But should we do this or should we do this? What do you think, Dom?
I don't think 64 deserves S tier.
Damn.
Like, I feel like y'all are heavily nostalgic for 64.
Nostalgic for a game that came out when I was -6 years old.
Okay, well, even then, like,
we did play it a lot in our childhood, though.
I did. But no, I argue that in my childhood I played more 64 DS than I did 64.
All right,
It's the same game,
we'll have
just one
It
game.
is the same game, but like I don't like 64 DS that much.
we'll have 2 2D games and 2 3D games in S tier. I think that's fair. We'll leave it like this for
I think
now.
that's fair.
But if we get another 3D game that surpasses one of these two, then we'll come back to it. All right, New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
I think it's worse than New Super Mario Bros. DS.
Yeah, either.
And
I
I
agree.
think it's a C tier. I think it's a C tier game.
Yeah,
And I'll give you a
probably.
very good reason why.
Okay, run up.
Level design is boring as fuck.
It is, and let me tell you why. Because they were trying to design the game. They were
For
trying to
co-op.
design
It's just
every
too much open space.
single
Too much
level
open
was
space.
trying to be big enough for 4 players, and it shows. This is a terrible single player experience. It's awful, but I will say
Its multiplayer experience is great.
it is still fun in multiplayer. Me and Dom have
It's
100% in every new soup game. I will
It
always.
is.
It's fun. What can I say? It's chaotic. It's I wouldn't say it's a tight platforming experience by any means, but it's fun. You know.
Yeah, I think End of C is great for it.
But it is the first in-level multiplayer Mario experience.
Shut the fuck up. That does
That
not
doesn't do
matter at
anything.
all.
You really don't think so?
I don't care. I don't care. There's games that do it better.
But it's the first.
There's games that do it better.
You think it goes below DS though?
No.
No.
Goes above.
Do you think it's
Goes
below
above.
Mario 1 though?
Oh no, it's definitely not worse than Mario 1. It's not worse than Mario 1. It goes in the opposite.
Do you think Mario 2 is better than Mario Wii?
I do think Mario 2 is better than Mario Wii.
But that
It's in
co-op
BT
though.
now. Hold on.
I'm just
I
saying
am
that
I am
co-op.
very tough. I'm
Okay,
very
but-
tough
And it
on
has star
Mario Wii.
coins.
Hear me out.
It does have
is-
star coins, but its star coins are only used to unlock the final levels, and then you buy.
Well,
like,
it's better
videos
than
with
New
them.
Soup. That's better than New Soup. Getting harder levels at the end, yeah. That's good.
But that's
Is
just
it
because
better
all of
than
them.
Sunshine though?
I like
New
I like New
Soup?
Soup's use. I like New Soup's use because it has like a shop element to it.
I let me,
None of the other games have like a shop element to it. That
We're
like
talking
where
about New
you,
Soup
where you
Wii,
collect
but-
the star coins and you get new levels out of
we're,
it. You know,
we're talking about New Soup Wii though.
I know, but I'm comparing it to New Soup DS.
Oh right. No, I agree. I think the star. Well, I still no. I disagree. I think the using the star coins for more levels. I think being confident in your level design, even though the designs for these levels are super boring for single player.
They are.
If you're playing it with a friend, it's just fun. I don't know. There's not really anything else to it. This is also unique. This is the first time that this has done this.
I would keep it C because if we're
I can see.
if you're talking about like multiplayer wise, they're better games. For Mario,
are better games for multiplayer.
All right. If y'all
Like
say so.
it might be the first good
No,
one
no,
they
no,
had,
no.
but they
I do want to say this. You say that they tried to design levels for multiplayer, and I think they even failed at that. The levels are way too open for a
No, I
fun
agree.
multiplayer
It's
experience.
okay. Listen,
the only-
it's
The reason why multiplayer is so fun is because you can mess with the other players.
true.
But the level design is dog shit.
It is pretty dog water. I'm not gonna lie. All right, whatever. Let's move on. You're right. It is pretty dog water. I just have I'm nostalgia goggled for this because me and Dom played this a lot.
It's like Mario 64, where like it's fun to run around in the castle.
Now,
right?
newer Super Mario Bros. Wii.
Okay, that one.
A tier.
Now we're talking.
No, that's
a
S tier, bro. That's
a
crazy.
game, bro.
That's a game right there, bro. Anyway, I actually kind of have a soft spot for 3D Land. Is that a hot take?
No, I think it's a fine game. It's an
It's-
average game.
I think its design,
there's-
its level design's pretty good.
It's
Honestly.
something that is pretty good for a 3D handheld Mario game. It has
Yeah.
pretty good level design.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I mean, really think about it. For a portable Mario game, I don't know, man. I think this is one of the best we've gotten.
It is. No, it is. because the only other one we got was New Super Mario Bros. 2.
And Mario 64 DS. New Soup got carried by its multiplayer a lot.
It did.
I
Is it better than Sunshine?
Ooh, that's a hot take.
Is it better than Sunshine?
I'll also give it
I would
this.
say it.
I'll give it this. There's so much content in this game. There really is. There's
a whole
16
second
worlds. There's 16 worlds essentially. You can play each
Right.
level as Mario or Luigi. There's a secret ending level. There's Okay, anyway, what I was saying earlier about Galaxy, that's really the case for 3D Land. This is a 2D Mario game in a 3D space. 100%.
Yeah.
Every level ends with a flagpole. There's power-ups that actually you keep, unlike freaking Galaxy's timed power-ups. I think it's kind of a bummer to me that you can't fly in the open spaces, like with the raccoon power. I was really bummed about that as a kid.
But it makes sense because of the level design.
I don't care. It would have been fun, man.
It would have been fun. Does that make it better or worse than Sunshine, though?
Its levels are very tight. I don't know. I had a fun time playing it. The fact you could just open up your 3DS and run up. This is also one of the only 3DS games I think the 3D function was actually good.
Right. It does have a great pick up and play value, but I think a certain other game has a better pick up and play value too.
Oh, Mario Run.
Yeah, of course. Bro, I play that game with the shitter, bro.
That's fair. You're not wrong. All right. I think this is fine, I guess. What do y'all think? You think it's up here? Nah, no way. It's not on the same level as Galaxy or New Soup.
No.
I would leave it.
I don't know if it's better than Sunshine.
You think Sunshine should be over?
I feel like the only thing Sunshine has better would be bosses. The bosses in 3D Land were not the best.
I don't think the bosses in Sunshine were that good either, though.
They're at least cool. I mean, 3D Land, they weren't even
bosses
cool.
in
They were
Sunshine
just...
are much better than bosses in Mario and 3D Land.
I'm trying to remember what the
Because
bosses in 3D
it's just
Land.
boom boom.
It was
It's just boom boom.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
boom, boom,
Yeah,
and
that
then
was
came
pretty
out
lame.
one.
That was pretty lame. Bosses are almost never
not even
good.
it's not
That's
even
the big thing.
Googlies.
That's the big thing I love
Boom
about. I always forget that about New Soup. I don't think there's any single Mario game on this list that has creative bosses as New Soup. Like actually, not even the 3D games, except maybe Odyssey. Maybe Odyssey.
Galaxy.
Oh, we had a whole ass dragon. What do you mean?
Galaxy has good bosses, I think.
Not really.
Galaxy had good bosses.
Not really.
I think Galaxy they're not better than Odysseys.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
No, I think they're better than New Soups. I
The
think
Boulder
I would
boss
say-
carries. The Boulder boss carries.
Boulder Boss carries.
The Boulder
Yeah,
boss
the
is
bosses
fire.
make-
They're all
both ones.
really good at those games.
Actually, Galaxy 2 had a boss rush of all the Galaxy 1 bosses. It literally had a world where it was just a boss rush.
Boulder Guys is in there.
And yeah, maybe they are pretty good bosses. All right, well, whatever.
They are pretty good bosses.
All right, so what are we thinking? Above or below for 3D Land?
Below Sunshine.
What do you think, Dom?
I just think
would
think
say
it's
above because it's still a better game, but the only thing it has above it would be the bosses.
I was gonna say above too. So we'll
That
leave it
and
above.
multiplayer, like when
Wait, there's
the
not-
multiplayer was fun.
No, there's no multiplayer in this game.
What's it? I'm pretty sure there was.
Nope. I don't think so. Just a single player game. This is a really fun game to race, though. I've actually raced a lot of people in this game. It's really fun to speedrun through. But anyway, Dom, do you think it's above or below? I'm going to leave it like that. Because I think it's above and Juno thinks it's below.
No, I said it was above already.
All right. So we'll leave it there then.
don't
New-
like that, but I will take it.
Hey,
What is one
majority
thing
vote?
Sunshine has over it?
Well, there's a lot of things. They're very different types of games.
Yeah, very different
I
episodes.
still think it's like the game itself is better.
Well, it is. That's true. But that's just because, again, it's a 2D Mario game in a 3D space. They're very tightly designed.
The 2D Mario games were perfected back in the 90s.
That's true. But okay, maybe this is a hot take as well. This game's level design is better than like basically all the new Soup games.
It is.
It kind of is.
That's double. That's double for 3D World. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
All right, New Soup 2. This game's really boring. This game's really boring.
Oh yeah,
It does.
This game's only so bad because of context, though, to be fair. But it is pretty boring. I think the worst thing you could do for a game is be boring.
Like if you're gonna make a second one, you'd have to like make it somewhat better. It feels like they didn't even try to make it better. They just went for a copy of the first one.
I don't think the coin gimmick is that fun either.
It's not.
No.
Like, and surprisingly, you know, you'd think it could be. There's a lot of cool concepts in there, like the coin block head, the golden fire flower or whatever. They even gave Luigi the silver fire flower.
Right.
It does have co-op, like for the actual playthrough, and it's something. I just don't think it's very well designed. Basically how it would work is me and Dom actually did a whole playthrough of this game in co-op.
Yeah.
How it would work is whoever had an arrow above their head was the one that controlled the camera. And then it's basically New Super Mario Bros. Wii with a very small screen in one-player designed levels. So a lot of the times it didn't work. Let me tell you the worst part about it. Co-op is hindered a lot because this game finally brought back flying with the Tanuki leaf. This is actually the one thing I think this game did very well. They finally brought some horizontal movement back. I mean, some vertical movement back to the game, which I think is a perk. But
this tier list made me realize how good, like how important vertical movement is for Mario,
especially in 2D Mario. Because without
that's very important.
Without being able to fly up and see like these extra secret little hidden things, there's just not that much exploration in 2D. It's way too linear, if not. I mean, the levels are still very well designed. It's just boring, man. I don't know. The co-op is very badly designed, I would argue.
Yeah.
But I still think it has much better level design than both these two games. I think that's fair, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it still has co-op. As bad as designed as it is, it still has it. You don't have to play it, you know, but you can. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm glad that they finally made the Tanuki leaf flyable again, though. That's really nice.
Right. And I think that 3D Land and 3D World made the distinction between the raccoon suit and the Tanuki leaf, or the Tanuki suit, where the Tanuki suit can, like, nowadays is only a gliding power-up, while the raccoon suit is a flying power-up.
Which is a shame, because in Mario 3, the Tanuki suit used to let you turn into a...
It was all...
the Tanuki suit, you could fly with it, you could turn into an invincible statue with it, there were sick-ass puzzles with it, and it was a super hidden secret power-up that you could only find in little alcoves in specific levels. Man, Mario 3 is such a great game. Anyway, New Soup U. So let's not consider Luigi U for right now. Luigi U is combined into this game. Without Luigi U,
it's a C tier game. No, it's better than Mario Wii. It's better than Wii.
It is better,
It's a lot
but
better than Wii. It's a lot better than Wii.
Listen, it is better, but the fact that Wii came out before it, I don't know, man. No, okay, I will say it's better only because I'm glad that they finally brought back the Mario World map.
Right, but no, words I can't. Its level design is better. It has level design that's fun for single player and multiplayer.
It is. It's true.
Which I think is...
at this point, everybody was tired of New Soup,
They could have done it for Mario Wii, but they didn't.
At this point, everybody was tired of New Soup.
Right. I 100% agree.
The bosses are terrible.
Yeah.
I think the items are the same. I don't fully remember.
Squirrel suit.
The squirrel suit is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I do like the squirrel suit. I like the squirrel suit more than I like the propeller suit.
What bums me out about these flying power-ups in the new soup games is that all of them suck when compared to the Tanuki Leaf in Mario 3 and the cape. What the hell? You can literally fly with these over 20 years ago, and now you can only squirrel suit, you can do a little hop. Ooh. Flying power-up. You can fly up a little bit.
I do like the squirrel suit more than I like the propeller suit, because the propeller suit is just up and down.
The propeller suit's boring.
Has like a gliding mechanic.
I like the
gliding.
gliding.
Cling to walls and stuff, and I just think that's just cooler.
I agree.
That has
movement wise, it's a lot more fun to glide too.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know if you ever tried to speedrun these games.
Yeah, I have.
Squirrel Stew is so much fun to speedrun with.
Yeah, that's true.
They have those enemies that are like the squirrel enemies, that glide in.
And why the hell did they bring back baby Yoshis from Mario World, but you can't grow them into the adults?
I forgot about that. Yeah, baby Yoshis.
But you can't grow them into the adults anymore for some reason. You still can't bring Yoshis between levels. What the frick is wrong with New Soup?
I don't know, but you can bring baby Yoshis between levels.
Why? Why can't they grow up? Why can I bring the babies and not the adult? This makes no sense.
Listen, the adults have a lot of important things to do. That's pay their taxes, all right?
Shut the frick up. They're a dinosaur.
I will say that you and then the original New Super one is the only ones that had the penguin suit.
We had the penguin suit.
Penguin suit's just a worse turtle shell.
That's what I said.
But it's a better ice flower.
I mean, yeah, but who cares?
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
I think the ice flower, in hindsight, listen, as a kid, I liked it. The ice flower, it's not fun to use. I'm sorry.
It's boring. It's boring.
Why not just use a fire flower?
It's cool that you can kill dry bones with it, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think this is fine. For New Soup U, this is where it would go if it was just New Soup U. Now, putting context of the fact that it got Luigi U as DLC, which is still technically part of this game.
Right. And I just want to mention Coin Rush for Luigi for New Super Mario Bros. 2 doesn't add much. It's a coin grinding mini game for what,
Oh yeah, right.
Because we're mentioning DLC. So.
New Soup, you also had challenges. Were actually really fun, very challenging.
Yeah, the challenge
a lot of them
really
were hard. A lot of them are really hard.
The boost rush mode, that mode where the more coins you collect, the faster the auto scroll is.
I didn't really care about that, but I love the levels where you're forced to walk through a Bowser level. That crap was hard. Anyway.
All right.
I do like being able to play as Nabbit. That was fun.
In Luigi, this one.
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of think it stays C.
Let me tell you why you're wrong. So, Luigi U is the only time New Soup has been unique. Period.
I agree.
New Soup has, ever since New Soup DS, it is, I mean, I guess you could say New Soup DS is the most original it's ever been. But besides that, all three of these games are so goddamn boring. They're all carbon copies of, they're all the exact same game as each other. Luigi U finally comes along and gives us an actual unique experience. It's a whole game. It's a whole New Super Mario Bros. U, except every single level is a speed run. Tell me that speedrunning Mario games is not the funnest way to play it. And now you're required to. You need to go fast. But yet there's still 3 star coins to collect. So if you're trying to be a completionist, it's actually hard. Because you have to explore the level, get all the star coins, and yet still you have to beat the whole level in only 100 seconds. And you have Luigi physics for every single...
I feel like... But let me tell you this. Luigi U has level gimmicks that were not in Mario U. There was that one level in the in the soda jungle world, the pink list, the purple Listerine, right?
Yeah, the prison land.
Where like it had like where the level was building out in blocks and then quickly going away, and you had to speed run
That
level.
was fire.
That style of level, that gimmick, does not appear in Mario U.
That's
Any of the new Super
fire.
Mario games. And that's one of the best levels in the game. Like that is the fact that they had to make levels that can be completed in only 100 seconds or less allowed them to be a lot more creative in their level design, which pains me because I really wanted a tier list with Luigi U being separate.
If it was okay,
I feel like Luigi U is just as good, if not better, than the original New Super Mario Bros. But it being attached to Mario U brings it down.
It nerfs it.
It makes the game worse by default.
I mean, does it? It's a combined package. You get both games.
Well,
I guess you're
when half
buying
the
both.
Listen, when half the package is a C tier, and the other half is a B, is like an A tier,
It goes here.
it's a B tier game, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a B tier game. It's a B tier package.
You think this is good?
Now, there's one more thing I want to mention about this.
Hmm.
Mostly because we have the next game coming up
Oh
in
yeah.
the list,
Oh yeah.
which is New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. There was a version of New Super Mario Bros. U released that had both Mario and Luigi U on the same disc,
Yeah.
and it was 14 gigabytes on the disc. The reason why was because it had like over 100 or something video files on it that showed you speedrunning techniques, different ways to
Oh, I remember
play
that.
the game, right? And that is all on the disc. That is forever, right?
Yeah.
In New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, it's a link to like a website, and they can take down that website at any time.
It's a link.
And that's just significantly that's just like less content, you know? But like speaking of less, so like Nintendo can take down that website at any time and those videos will be gone. But on the Wii U, they're preserved. Right? So that's just a point in the Wii U version's favor.
Does this version have the challenges?
It does have the challenges, but it doesn't have the mode where you can tap on the touchscreen to make
whatever.
platforms appear. So it doesn't have 5-player multiplayer. But there were challenges that were based on that. So they removed the challenges.
I just think
For
it's a
that.
lame port, man.
It is a lame port.
The only thing that they added was the
It
stupid
ruined
the stupid
ruined the
freaking
controls.
Peach whatever. And the controls were
Oh.
way worse too. Instead of seamlessly shaking the Wii remote just to do a shake, I have to press the jump button to do a little spin. It'd be one thing
Right.
if it was like a double jump, but just the tiny
on,
little spin.
on the Wii U, but on the Wii U version, you could spin without shaking the button. You had to press the shoulder button.
I don't know. For some reason, it just felt
But-
better
but-
in Wii U.
But here's the thing. When you're doing like a triple jump, right?
Yeah, it
it-
messes you up. That's my biggest critique
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah,
You
it
can
messes up
spin
your triple
right
jump.
before you jump again.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like
But
it on
here-
the
but
same
here's the
jump
thing.
button.
But here's the thing: in Mario U, on the Wii U, the spin was on the trigger, not on the jump button.
I feel like we're taking so much time on these games.
So did Nintendo.
Yeah.
So, but
This port
Hey,
sucks. That's all that needs to be said.
throw
This port
Mario U.
sucks.
Throw Deluxe in the fucking Mushroom Kingdom. Here it comes. Here we go.
Mushroom Kingdom,
Throw it in
here
there.
we go.
Throw it in. It does not deserve to exist.
Nah, it's a very bad port. It really is. They could have at least
Very bad.
added like, I don't know, maybe add like another DLC or something to it. I don't.
Yeah,
fucking
like
know.
add more. Oh, fun fact. You know how you can't play as Mario in Luigi U levels?
Yeah.
In the trailer for New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, they showed Mario in Luigi U levels with Luigi physics.
That's pretty
but
funny.
you can't do that in the actual game.
That's pretty funny.
It's really funny, but also I feel like that would have been like a fun little just addition, just
Yeah.
to make it just something.
I don't know. I think it's way funnier the fact that you can't play as Mario and Luigi U, because that was like kind of the point. Like Luigi, like
Right.
literally painted out in the Luigi U thing. He painted out the Bros and the Mario, and it's Luigi U. Like that's just funny to me.
Also, one more thing. The big addition to this game was Peachette,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
which is just the squirrel suit, but you can't cling to walls.
It's pretty silly.
It's a worse version of the squirrel suit. It has one less feature.
It did lead to a lot of porn though.
You know that I am
S
grateful
tier.
for.
S tier.
You know what?
Peach
S tier,
is.
let's go.
Hey, that is Peach. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. Just make another tier and call it porn, and that's
Porn.
it.
No.
Every single Mario game.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I think that at this point this is gonna be the only Mushroom Kingdom Here We Come.
It is.
For good reasons.
Yeah.
3D World. It's
I-
3D Land, but it's like 5 times better.
Yeah, I would say A.
A. Just throw it at the end of
High,
A tier.
high.
No, it's better than New Super Mario Bros. Throw it in the A tier. Throw it above that. Throw it above New Super Mario Bros. I don't think we need to explain it. It's just a much better game. than
It
3D
is,
Land.
but I can see Connor's or his face on
Connor's
his stream.
hesitating.
Yeah,
He's
he's
hesitating so much.
Here's the thing. Huge
saying
hot
some
take.
Stupid shit.
Huge hot take. I feel like 3D World's level design, it's not as bad as this, but it still feels a lot of the time like it's meant to be designed for multiplayer. And for a single player experience,
And I'll tell you this.
I always liked playing this as a single player experience more than this.
I'll tell you this. 3D World makes it very easy because you can just hop in, hop out for multiplayer.
That's true.
A second player can just grab a controller. You don't have to pause the game. You have to do nothing. You grab a second controller, you turn it on, boom, 2 players.
I think that they're very close to each other. I think co-op, if it did not have co-op, it would be like this. But because it has co-op, it's like this. But they're still like very close to each other besides that.
No, it's better than.
I think it deserves A tier over 3D World.
100%. This was the game.
Well, yeah,
after
because
six-
of the co-op.
But
after
because of
6
the
of
co-op.
the
Because
same
of the
game,
co-op.
we finally get new bosses.
That's true. It does have new bosses.
Does it?
And yes,
Yeah.
like actual new.
It had like those like worms, you know.
Huh?
Those worms. No, you're right. The
those,
cat
like,
worms.
that come out of the
You're
ground
right.
and you climb up them with the cat suit and you
No,
jump
you're
on
right.
them, you know?
I don't know, man. There's so much good content in New Soup though. Like
There is,
all the co-op
but
stuff.
Are you gonna say that the level gimmicks in New Soup are better than 3D World? The double cherry, the cat suit, all that, the boomerang suit, the tanuki leaf, all that is
3D World
is
pretty
worse
damn
than
good.
New Soup.
No, you're
Is
right.
worse than
It's-
New
it's-
Soup. Come on, man.
What really
Rosalina was playable, my guy. They
the
brought
playable
back
what really
the playable
brought
characters
me up,
have
yeah.
variety.
The playable characters
Well, it-
from Mario 2, finally bringing back Mario 2 characters into this game is actually huge.
And also
they
adding
made-
Rosalina. And let's talk about this. The post-game content was crazy.
It did. It was like actually I feel like 3D Land had more though, didn't it?
3D Land did have more post-game content, but the post-game content in 3D Land was mostly just reusing
That's true.
levels. Well, 3D World had a lot of that. It did have a whole world of wholly original levels, plus the whole Champions Road gimmick.
I have somebody
Like,
tell
hear me out, though.
I have somebody saying that they would put New Soup in S tier in the chat. It restarted the 2D franchise. Consider the release date compared to all 2D Mario games. That's why I put it so high up.
Okay. But when was the last 2D Mario game?
Damn.
It restarted the franchise,
And then it
killed
ended it. And then it killed it.
it almost killed it immediately with its
That was
movie.
my biggest point with New Soup. It did really do a lot of great things, like adding wall jumping, adding
Oh no,
a really good
it's a
co-op.
great modernization of the
Adding star
2D
coins.
Mario formula. It's just bland as hell nowadays. Because
No, I do still agree though. I do agree.
Years.
Yeah, I do agree. It's
You're saying
still
you-
bland. It's still bland.
Are you
Compared
saying
to
you
5
didn't
times
like
in 6
original
years,
games?
guys.
compared to 3 and World, it's not even close. These games
not
have
as
so much personality. Even with just this game alone, I don't know, man. It just feels like Super Mario Bros. Like it feels like Super Mario Bros. Was the only game that came out on the NES, and then they remade it.
Yo, do you know what this game feels like? It feels like a new Super Mario Bros. Game.
Exactly, that's the point. But they didn't take anything from 3 or World, and I think that's a big bummer.
Yeah, and that goes through the entire franchise, the entire series of
Yeah,
new Super games.
That's why you can't bring your Yoshis into another level. What the fudge? Anyway.
Right.
Also, I
All
hate
right.
lost levels. Yeah, as you can see,
So
we
true.
we
So
agree.
true. We agree.
Okay, but I still think
It's not worth a
3D
Mushroom
World
Kingdom
is-
Here it come though.
You think 3D World what?
it deserves to be in front of newer or new Super.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's where it's
Yeah.
Did you? Okay, cool.
It,
I mean-
just because I think the more I think about it, man, it really is. You got to think about the context of these games came out so much before New Soup, and it didn't take anything from those games. World and 3.
Right.
That's such a bummer, man. Anyway,
So we can technically call them unoriginal. So we can put both of them in F tier.
all right, Gino, tell us why you think Mario Run is the greatest Mario game of all time.
All right, listen. when you can go in the settings, right? You can mute the audio, play music from your phone, and Mario will put on headphones.
Okay.
It's base. Okay, no. In
I
all
rest
honesty,
my
like, Mario
case.
Run is like a
I rest my case.
Mario Run is like a it's like a solid it's like a C tier game. It's like a C tier.
He puts on headphones.
Bro, he puts on a gamer headset. He puts on a pair of Turtle Beaches, bro.
Bro, what the fudge? I never
He
knew
goes
that.
on Xbox Live. He starts yelling slurs. Bro, he's a gamer.
All right, what tier did you say?
F.
It's C tier. It's C tier.
No, no,
It's C
F.
tier. It's a C tier.
From the
game.
little bit I played.
The only thing he said that the apparent makes it an amazing game. He wears headphones. Put that shit in Mushroom Kingdom.
Hey, no,
Here we
no,
go.
Put that crap in Mushroom King.
I think
From what I played, it's fun, though.
The very bottom of C tier. The very bottom of C tier, I think. But so it's literally just a new Super Mario Bros. Game, which are dead by this point. But it's an auto runner. Why? You made a bland game even more bland. But also,
I mean, to be fair, it being an
adding
auto
a
runner
weird-
is part of the challenge of it.
yeah, but they also made it like Mario like parkours over enemies.
Yeah.
Compared to all of these other games, it's a dog shit game. But as a mobile game, for what it is, it's a pretty fun game.
No, I could agree with that. I
But
think that's fair.
but
And at
by
least it's
comparing
original,
it-
unlike New Soup too.
right, it's at least an original take, a somewhat original take on New Soup.
Yeah.
But comparing it to all these other games, it doesn't deserve anything higher than C tier.
That's fair. Okay. I'm down for that.
It's a good mobile game, but it's not a good game. It's not a good video game. It's a good game I pull out my phone on the shitter, you know?
I
Yeah.
don't think it should be on the same tier as Mario 64.
DS.
Yeah. It doesn't even matter if it's the DS version or not.
The
like-
DS version. The DS version is just not good. That's just the thing.
I don't
It's
know.
a Mario phone game.
Yeah,
Mario
but
phone game.
have you played it though? It actually is kind of fun.
It actually is kind of fun. It has a level of like control in an auto runner.
Doesn't it have
that
different
I didn't-
characters?
There were different characters, and each character had like Luigi had his like Luigi jump. Daisy had her float. Toad had like a lower jump and like he was faster, which actually made the game a little harder. Yoshi was playable and he had like his flutter jump. Daisy had a double jump in the game. Daisy was playable.
Wow.
And they had a number of playable characters, and each one had their own little gimmick. But overall, it's just new Super Mario Bros. Again.
I remember when Bowser was the character and you didn't have to jump; you just ran through everything.
That he wasn't a playable character.
Yeah, he was. You just,
we
you
were
just
playing
didn't get
different
that.
games.
Yeah, we were playing a different game, bro.
You didn't unlock
We
it.
played a different
You
game.
didn't unlock him. You know, he was the secret.
Captain Toad was playable. Captain Toad was playable. He couldn't jump. It just died.
Man,
You
I
just
want
kept
to
running
end.
into Goombas.
Honestly,
You just kept running into
listen,
Goombas.
listen. I know this came out after Odyssey. I want to do this before Odyssey. Bowser's Fury. I mean, this is the whole package, right? It has
The whole
to be.
package.
I mean, yeah, obviously, it's a great port. It's a fantastic port.
It's a great port. They added the dive. And I think any
That's all I
Mario game
needed to
that has a
hear.
dive-
The best Mario game on the list.
No, it added the dive. And I don't know about you,
The dive is fire.
the dive is like the best move in Mario's kit.
It is, honestly. I love the dive in Odyssey. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
To be fair,
They added the dive in the
you
game.
can't dive onto your cap, so obviously it's not the same, but
Right. But then we have to talk about like 3D World is already good. And then they made the movement speed faster, which just makes the game even more fun to play and even more chaotic in multiplayer.
and I've heard a lot of people now this is not how I feel about it, but I've heard a lot of people say that Bowser's Fury is even better than Odyssey.
It's not better than Odyssey.
I don't agree with that either, but I'm just saying that is on the table.
I think
Well,
the
I
design
understand
for
why
it
they
is
think
nice,
that way.
but
I think Bowser. Okay, the thing about Bowser's Fury is that it is Mario Odyssey, and it's Mario Odyssey in 3D World. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is. You know what if you want a full video game, like a video game experience from start to end that plays exactly like Bowser's Fury, you know what game I'm gonna say? Connor, you're gonna get a little mad at me.
Mario Run.
No, Sonic Frontiers. But
Shut the frick up! Sonic
I know
Frontiers
you
is
don't like
not
that
good.
game. It's true. It's true. It is true.
Sonic Frontiers is not nearly as good as Bowser's Fury.
I'm not saying it's as good as Bowser's Fury. I don't think it is. But the gameplay style is similar. But
I disagree. There's not nearly as good platforming. Anyway.
true. Anyway, but like it's a style of 3D platformer that like you don't see nowadays for Bowser's Fury. Because it's like you do one thing, and then the next level just like the level changes, like, you know.
I mean,
It's like Sunshine, like when you said with Sunshine, where like you get a moon or you get a star, a shine in that level, and you go back to it, and it's different.
I think, yeah. Again, it's really well designed, very
Right.
good platforming,
The only
and it's
reason-
also 3D World combined on Bowser's Fury. Actually,
Right.
something I
So
really like
automatically
about
it's better than 3D World.
Let me tell you
And
the-
I think
Let me tell you the thing I love about Bowser's Fury. It feels like they finally made a 3D Mario experience that felt like
a
the
2D
fr-
Mario game.
it felt like
It's
a
a
3D
2D
Mario
Mario
game that gave you the freedom. It's a 3D Mario game that gave you the freedom of Mario 3 and Mario World. There's a power up.
That's fair.
There's a power up
agree.
meter. You can. I think you could hold up to
You
9 of each
have
power
you
up.
have a whole inventory of power ups.
You could just use that power up whenever you need it. Let's say there's a shine or whatever the frick somewhere. Oh, you need the cat suit. Shoot, now I gotta go find a cat suit. JK, you just pull up your inventory, and there you go. Boom, cat suit. It's just like Mario
no, I
3 or
agree.
World. And to have
I
that
agree.
freedom in a 3D game is great.
You know, I agree. And again, it's as the package, it's a great, like, Bowser's Fury is a great expansion on to what was done in Odyssey. and it was plus a better version of 3D World, which is already like an A tier game.
Mm-hmm.
So it can't be anything lower than an A tier game. It's like what I said with New Super Mario Bros. U. It's like New Super Mario Bros. U is a C tier game.
I think okay. I think Odyssey is very.
Luigi is an A tier game, and Mario U drags Luigi U down, but Bowser's Fury brings 3D World up.
Oh, definitely. It definitely does.
And I'm not saying it's an S tier. I still think it's an A tier package. But I think is it better than Galaxy though?
I do think it's better than OG Galaxy. Yeah. I do. I mean, 3D World itself could even fight Galaxy in a way. I mean, 3D World's co-op alone is such a huge thing. I mean, you know, they made a 3D Mario game that has 4-player co-op, and it's pretty seamless. It's not like New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It feels empty. It, you know, for the most part, it's very well designed.
Right.
So I could even see this fighting this in a way. But I mean, you know, Bowser's Fury. You got to understand, this is basically Odyssey. It's basically Odyssey. All right. Think of it as
it's like Odyssey light. You know.
It is. Yeah, it's not as big as Odyssey, obviously, but it's everything that makes Odyssey fun. Plus, honestly, a little bit more. It's like, just bite-sized.
It's and it has 100 cat shines in it.
Like, I mean, yeah, that's like a game.
Yeah, and again, like it's like a 6-hour game if you do everything in it.
Right.
But
it's
like,
fun.
It's a fun 6 hours.
And the Bowser's Fury boss fights are fire.
They are. I'm just a little annoyed that like Bowser just keeps appearing and I'm just trying to collect shines. Like,
yeah.
Like I feel like they could have handled that a little better, but even then, it's not that bad. The way they handled it.
I think this could compete with Mario Galaxy 2. I think Galaxy 2 and this game are very comparable. I think 64 is very comparable to Odyssey though. So I think it's either. I know it sounds weird to compare it like this. I think either this replaces Galaxy 2 or Odyssey replaces 64 and goes back to A. But I don't think that this should replace 64, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because I think having a sandbox game is important.
Right.
The best sandbox game.
I think Bowser's Fury, the Bowser's Fury package has the best of both. It's a 2D Mario game in a 3D space, and then a 3D Mario game. Man,
I don't know though. I think Galaxy 2 has so much good.
It does have so much good.
So much good.
I think it's better than Galaxy, but it's not better than Galaxy 2.
All right. What do you think, Dom?
I think it's better than Galaxy 2. All right.
I'll leave it where it is.
It's I think it's that time.
This is the big boy.
The elephant in the room.
It's the elephant in the room. It's the last one.
They ran up and made a Mario game that I think everybody loves.
Mushroom Kingdom.
Mushroom Kingdom. Here we come.
That's what I said after I beat the game.
True.
Like the only actual downside to it would be the multiplayer.
True.
Which I still say is better than Galaxy's.
It is. Oh, it absolutely is.
Besides that,
like at least like you're doing something. You know?
I think it is obviously better than 64.
It's better than 64.
It's better than 64 and Galaxy 2.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree as well. I mean, they're very different, but Odyssey is so... This is like the best sandbox 3D platform I've ever played.
Right.
I mean, it is. Out of any game on this entire list, even the 2D ones, this game controls perfectly. It's the best controlling game easily. Everything you do in this game feels like butter. Every tech you could do, but at the same time, it's not like it's not like it's easy. Like
no, like it actually has like
there's a lot of tech.
So like some of the tricks you can do are actually very difficult to perform. But the thing I like about it is like Mario Sunshine. Mario Sunshine felt very slippery, and they designed Flood to help with that.
Cappy is
Mario
seamless.
Mario in Odyssey controls like butter with or without Cappy.
It's true. He didn't even need Cappy, but Cappy's a better Flood in every single way. And anybody that argues with me on that, they're wrong. Cappy is perfect. He gives you an extra platform, and you can capture enemies.
I feel like every 3D Mario game has had, except for 64, had a gimmick added to it or a move added to it that aided in something that the
Galaxy had the swirl,
Galaxy
Mario
had
had
the
flood.
spin.
I mean, Sunshine had the flood. But Odyssey runs up.
Odyssey has Cappy, but Mario controls perfectly even without Cappy.
All right.
And I just think like
I agree that it's better than Galaxy 2. So let's so what do you think? What do you think? Where is it going in S tier?
Okay.
This is where it gets hard. This is where it gets hard.
I'm gonna back it. I'll be honest.
I'm gonna say it. I think Mario Odyssey is a perfect video game.
It should be at the very top of S tier.
I have zero grievances with Mario Galaxy.
Mario 3 has issues.
Sorry, Mario Odyssey.
Mario 3 has issues. I can agree it's better than Mario 3, as much as my nostalgia takes a hit.
I have zero grievances with Odyssey.
But I say the same thing about Mario World. If there's going to be a debate...
It's just how much better, though. Like, there's not a debate.
I love how it's coming out to this, and it's two very, very different games.
They are very, very different, but they're both perfect at what they do. Tell me I'm wrong. Mario World is the perfect 2D platformer. I can't think of a single issue with the game. Same with Mario Odyssey. I can't think of a single issue with the game. And honestly, I can tell you right now, I don't even necessarily have a preference between these two. I really don't. But I have to rep Mario World for the sake of it, for the sake of the argument as a 2D stand. I would honestly be fine with Odyssey being the best game in the series, but I need a debate here. What is it that makes Odyssey better than World? I don't think it is. Name one bad thing about World. No, it isn't.
I'll give you the biggest point.
Just because 3D does not equal better.
No, 3D does not equal better. But I will give you this. What does 3D what does Odyssey not Odyssey, what does World lack that Odyssey has plenty of?
E-Rex.
I can tell you no, I disagree.
Gameplay variety.
I disagree.
No, not level variety. Gameplay variety.
Hey man, I don't remember when in
Capture.
Super Mario World you went to the moon.
Not level variety. Gameplay variety.
I don't know, man. This is the thing though, because
Mario World only has the mushroom, the fire flower, the cape, and Yoshi.
Yeah.
But Odyssey, you have what is it, like 50 captures?
But there's not as much freedom in Odyssey though. You can't bring the captures to any world. No, you can't.
You can still you can pick whatever
the capture
world
is
you want
only
to do.
for the one area you're in. I love my favorite capture in the game is the bird with the beak. I love that capture. It's super fun to use. It's even in a boss fight, but it's only in that level.
Oh, the ninja one.
That's lame. It's the same argument that I have with Yoshi in the new Suit games.
It's technically in darker side.
Give me a way to use these awesome capture abilities in any level. It's a sandbox game, right? Why not? Why is it that this 2D game from a million years ago is giving me options that is not available in this 3D game? And again, I love Odyssey, by the way. I'm just arguing for the sake of it.
I'm just saying. Wait, Connor. I have something I have to say.
All right.
There's a story reason as to why you can't.
Why?
Mario can't have his hat on an enemy and on the globe at the same time.
Well, that's fine. But like,
You'll
you know,
never leave.
you know, it doesn't matter how stupid it is. It's a video game. Give me a way to spawn every enemy in every world. I know it sounds stupid, but like, I want to be able to explore these worlds with every ability.
I want the fireballs from Luncheon and Snow Kingdom.
Why not? Make a very
It's about
specific
design,
moon.
Man. It's like
Okay, now as a big level design guy, I mean, again, y'all, I love Odyssey. All right, I love Odyssey. Yes, I'm a 2D stan, but Odyssey is a fantastic game. But give me something World doesn't have that Odyssey have. That's all I'm asking. Because to me, right now, World has more freedom.
Gameplay variety.
unique bosses.
Unique bosses.
True.
Better
There's a good
music,
point.
Unique bosses.
Better
I
music.
think Odyssey has the best
better
bosses. In
gameplay.
this
It's not more iconic music, though.
It's better music.
I think,
But it's not more
I think
iconic.
Odyssey,
It is.
wait. I have a few things. I think Odyssey has the best bosses in the series, bar none. All right. I think that the gameplay variety, I already mentioned this, is much better than Mario World, and the music. Just want to say this: Odyssey has 2 lyric songs.
Which is true. Although to be fair, that's a product of its time, you know.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Then
in
Super
Smash-
Nintendo was not going to have lyrics.
Right, Alice, bro, product of its time. They could have had some beeps and boops in there.
They do have beeps and boops in Super Mario World. They have the best beeps and boops.
All beeps and boops.
It's the greatest beeps and boops. This is a big listen. This is why this is very hard because there are obviously very different gameplay experiences. Is there any area where Odyssey's platforming is better than Super Mario World's? I don't think so.
All of it.
No, I disagree. Just because 3D,
Happy
just
alone is a platform.
no, and you're right. That makes it more freeing, but it's not tight. It is not tight platforming level. But again, that's a difference of the games. One is a sandbox game and one isn't. All right? But World does have better platforming. It just does. It's more tight. Galaxy 2 has better levels than Odyssey. Galaxy 2 has way better levels than Odyssey. It's not even close. But
that's true.
But I mean, Odyssey's higher is still better than Galaxy 2.
The overall experience is better than Galaxy 2.
I agree, and Galaxy 2 has a lot of issues, which is why it's not at the top. Same with Super Mario 3. We can argue Super Mario 3 and Galaxy 2 as well. But what is it? Again, this is a perfect game. But I've already brought up a few issues with Odyssey in a way. There's no power-ups in Odyssey, and I know that's not what they're going for. The Odyssey, Sunshine, and 64, obviously they don't want you to have power-ups, which honestly I would argue is a disadvantage. I think it's cool that in Bowser's Fury you could bring power-ups everywhere. You could just use it whenever you want. Same within Super Mario World, a game from 20 years ago. You could just bring these power-ups anywhere, and you go into the level decked out. You feel powerful. You go and fight Bowser or whatever the frick. And listen, especially for the time, I think the Bowser fight in Super Mario World is a fire-ass boss fight. All right, now obviously,
is it better? Is it better than the Escape?
Maybe not the Escape, but I do think it's better than the Bowser boss fight. I do actually. I don't think the Bowser boss fight's that good in Odyssey.
It's not that good in Odyssey.
I don't think so. I think
64
is more exciting than the Bowser fight in Odyssey.
The Escape, though.
The Escape is fire again, but that's not a boss fight.
It's a whole ass movie scene.
It's a whole ass movie.
That's a good ass moment, though. I gotta admit, that's a good ass moment. And then the lyrics come in.
Does Mario World have an escape sequence? No.
You haven't told me any issue with Mario World. That's all I'm saying. I brought up issues about Odyssey.
They're both perfect games. There's no issues with either of them.
I just brought up an issue about Odyssey that World has.
I mean, if you think about it, either way, it's 2 against 1.
It doesn't matter. I already said if there's a debate that's better, then that's what matters.
You haven't made a better debate.
I
The
have!
argument was so far that you couldn't bring a region-specific capture to a completely random area.
Okay,
that
the
wouldn't make
captures
any
are the
sense.
power-ups of Odysseys, right? I think we could all agree with that.
No, Cappy is the power-up. Cappy is the power-up, and then whatever you capture is like the type of power-up.
How about this?
Like
How
the
about-
difference between a fire flower and
wanna
an
say
ice
one
flower.
thing. I want to say one thing.
I mean, the Cape Feather's a much better
the
power-up than
power-up.
Cappy.
The power up. What do the power ups in Mario stand for? Like, what do they do for the game?
They make it more fun. It's a deck. It's a choice. You have options.
What is
There's
more fun than messing around, jumping around with Cappy, bro?
It is very fun, bruh. I know it's fun. But there's no... like, the butter is there, but there's only really one amazing platforming challenge in the game, and that's the darker side.
Listen, all I'm
No,
trying to
you
say,
can
all I'm
make
trying to
these.
say, listen, all I'm trying to say is Mario Odyssey.
I'm just saying
is butter.
fun is hard to judge, okay? That's all
That
I'm
is
saying.
true.
Because what you're arguing is that Odyssey is more fun, but that's only to you.
Is it only to me? Do you think? What do you think? What game is more fun to you?
Odyssey. But I'm saying which one's better. But I'm saying which one's better. I'm saying which one's better.
It's not even like an actual argument, man. It's
This is the
So-
debate.
What
What is the best Mario game?
Let me give you my stance on this, right?
Uh-huh.
Mario Odyssey is butter.
Yeah.
Mario World is I can't
Burnt
believe it's
toast.
not butter.
No, World still... No, I mean, honestly, 3 and World still platform perfectly.
like-
okay.
like it's
Okay,
still
the
good.
only
Like, it's
reason
still
why
good.
Odyssey feels like butter is
Like-
because you're comparing it to any other 3D game ever. Any 2D game is going to control... Well, that's not true. Not any game. World and 3 feel just as slick and precise as Celeste does, for example, which is amazing. 2D
Right.
games, 2D games, it's way easier to make them control like butter. They do control like butter. Yes, it's great that Odyssey controls like butter, but it's only in comparison to all the other 3D games on the list. But 3 and World both control like butter. It's just cool that a 3D game it does, for once. Again, this is I need more debates for Odyssey.
like
Besides
it's
just
like
it's
perfect
fun.
at this point.
Besides just it's fun. What's the issue with World? We need the
There
most.
is I don't think there's an issue with either game.
I don't really
I
either,
just-
to be honest.
I just think my personal preference is that I would, if I was like, damn, I want to play a Mario game today. Which game would you rather boot up, Odyssey or World?
Honestly, World.
That's a crazy statement right there.
Odyssey is a whole commitment.
No.
No, it's not.
Odyssey's not a commitment because Odyssey is the kind of game that you're like, oh, I'm taking a bus ride. I'm be on the bus for 20 minutes. Let me pull out my Switch, cut a couple moons, right?
I mean, yeah, but I could just play a level in World. The
Play
world,
a
the world
level. Play a level in.
There's a lot of
World.
moons in
Same thing.
Odyssey that take a long time.
Then just skip them.
Just
That
don't
is
do
what
them.
we call freedom.
Don't do them. Just do the other ones.
Like you don't.
Just do the other 900 moons.
Odyssey's so much fun, bruh. I love Odyssey.
Oh, how
bruh.
about this? How about this? I can tell you one thing that Odyssey does better than Mario World.
What?
Mario's drip.
That is insane.
There are costumes. That is true. Okay.
Mario's drip.
Now this
bro.
may sound like a meme. This may sound like a meme, but unironically, World has much better co-op. I mean, it does. It does.
How about this? World doesn't even have co-op.
It does. Odyssey doesn't
It
even have co-op.
It has a battle where you hand off the controller, but two players are not playing together with the
That's not
same
co-op.
goal
That's just
cooperatively.
that's
Listen.
taking turns.
Listen, I understand, but it's just the concept of it. You're both playing the game together. Whereas in Odyssey,
No.
it's always a single player game. Even if you play 2-player in Odyssey.
This isn't Galaxy, bro. Like Cappy can actually do something.
Okay, not really. Come on now. Yes, it's better
He
than
can.
Galaxy.
He can.
It is better than Galaxy, but come on, dude. Nobody wants to be
Have
Cappy.
you seen 2-player speedruns of this
Yes,
game?
but guess what? None of them play with a
Galaxy
second
goes
player. They play with their
crazy.
feet. They play with their feet. That's how uninvolved it is. They play with their feet.
That's how involved it is. They play with their feet.
Nobody on Earth would play Luigi in Mario World with their feet. They need their whole hand because they're both playing an actual game. Whoever is
I wouldn't-
Cappy,
I
whoever
wouldn't
is
play
second
it.
player in Odyssey is not a second player.
But player one and player 2 in Mario World are not playing at the same time. They are taking turns.
No, but they are playing at the same time. They are playing
No,
at the same
no,
time.
they are not.
Yes,
When
they
you
are.
asked me before to come play Mario World with you, it is my brain was not, oh, let me go play a game with him. It was, oh, let me go watch him play this game until he dies, and then I play a game until I die, and then I watch him play another game until he dies.
Man, you don't
There is
understand,
no
bro.
taking turns.
You don't
It is a
understand.
full
It's a
ass
product
race.
of its time. When I played with my uncle, he understood it, bro. He understood it. All right? You're still both playing the game.
Yeah, you're both playing the game, but there's downtime.
Yeah,
How
but
long is
that's
the
better.
downtime?
Okay, no, that's absolutely okay. You're right, and I know you're right. You know, obviously the co-op in like the new Soup games is still better. That's why I said it sounds like a meme. But I don't see the world where anybody. Be really honest with yourself. Are you gonna sit next to somebody playing as Mario with Cappy a whole playthrough? No, you're not.
Not a whole playthrough, but we'll probably
No.
swap off, you know?
Yeah.
Guess what? What is that?
Well, at least-
What is
at least
swapping
with
off?
Cappy-
What is the co-op in Mario World? Swapping off. That's better.
No.
The
it's
co-op
so
that
funny.
they
there's a
intended.
huge
No.
Because
The
it's
co-op in
so good.
Odyssey. The co-op in
Cappy
Odyssey.
can still fly around. Cappy can fly around faster than Mario can.
You don't want to do that though.
Yeah,
Who wants to be
Sometimes
Cappy?
you wanna. Sometimes
you
you
don't.
wanna.
No,
it's
you
like
don't.
Bowser Jr. and fucking Bowser's Fury.
You'll do it for a second, maybe. You're not gonna sit there with your brother or whatever the frick for the whole playthrough being Cappy. You could be Luigi the whole playthrough in Mario World, and at least you're still playing half the game. You're not. It's not even in Odyssey. Obviously, Mario is one player. It's one player syndrome. It is the definition of one player syndrome. It's the same thing as Galaxy. Nobody
It
wants
is
to
how-
be Cappy.
It is how you play it. It is because in the end, multiplayer is as fun as you make it to be.
No, I agree.
There's no fun in Mario World when I am just sitting there waiting for you to die for it to be my turn. While in Odyssey,
Well, that depends
I
on the
could
player.
be-
I can debate that's absolutely better than Cappy.
I can purposely be a Cappy and have fun with it, whether I'm actually playing like normal, screwing around with Cappy, purposely trying to fuck over whoever is Mario.
Okay, I get what you're saying. At the end of the day, my argument still stands. You're not going to ask your friend, hey, do you want to play co-op Odyssey? No. You could, however, say, hey, you want to beat Mario World together? We could 100% it. You absolutely
All right,
can
At the
say
end of the
that.
day,
Let me-
I would
let
say
me do
yes
this,
to
let me do
Odyssey
this.
and no to World.
Well, yeah,
Let
that's
me do
you,
this.
though. That's a
Let-
stupid-ass
let me
argument.
ask you-
That's a
let me ask you
stupid-ass
this.
argument.
Let me ask you this. Is it more fun to jump around and just do aimless garbage in Odyssey or in Mario World?
For me, yeah. But this is
It doesn't
objective.
answer the question.
For me, yeah. Odyssey's more fun.
Okay. That's the argument. So where's your argument there?
Mario World's a more perfect game. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think so.
Say what you will about its limitations.
Really good, but I give mine to.
All I'm saying is that World is a perfect game, and Odyssey does technically have issues. They're very slim and they're nitpicky even. But I can't
They're
even
not
think of
even issues. They're
a. I
more
can't
just
even think of a
nitpicks.
nitpick for Mario World. I literally cannot even think of a nitpick for Mario World.
Multiplayer is boring.
No, but
The game itself is boring.
Okay, listen. Let me do this. Let me explain in a way you understand. World, the only nitpick of World has to be something that a game before it has done. If a game before World did something that World does not have, that Odyssey has, then that's something.
What did wait, remind me of what you said.
Odyssey has all of the games behind it. Every single one of these Mario games except for Bowser's Fury, Odyssey has behind it. And it did not take from any of those. Which is fine.
It doesn't have to.
No, it doesn't. You're right. But World is a perfect game because
World doesn't even take stuff from previous games.
Yes, it does. What the fudge?
World? Where's the frog suit in World?
It's the cape feather.
Where's the boomerang feather?
The cape feather's a better Tanuki suit. What the frick do you mean?
Yeah, but where's the boomerang flower?
Boomerang flower? Where's that in a game before it?
Mario 3. For Mario 3.
It doesn't have a boomerang suit in Mario 3.
Oh, sorry, not boomerang. Hammer suit. Sorry.
I mean, the hammer suit's cool and all, but it's really not that good, honestly.
Where's the frog suit? Where's the frog suit?
Nobody cares what the frog suit.
The best suit in the entire franchise.
No, nobody cares about the frog suit.
Franchise, bro, the frog suit.
The frog suit sucks.
Bro, in Mario 3, where can I pick up a turnip?
I mean, hell, if you want to put Mario 3 above Odyssey, that's fine, you know? No, okay, no, you're right. I did bring that up. I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right, but what
argument against you?
All right, that's fine. Where are those power-ups in Odyssey?
Odyssey doesn't need those power-ups because
you're right, and World doesn't need those power-ups either.
It has the captures.
World has better power-ups.
It has replacements for those power-ups. If you want better swim mechanics, capture a fish. If you want projectile don't put on a hammer suit. Capture the fucking hammer, bro. How about that?
Become the enemy.
Become the hammer, bro. If you want to fly, bro. If you want to fly around, bro, grab a Glidon, bro.
Anyway, for the sake of it, I still think I made a better argument for World than y'all did for Odyssey, but I will move it just because it's of the majority vote. And I do like Odyssey.
Majority vote my ass.
That was a good argument, though.
Christ. I'm dreading the day we do Mario Kart and we have to argue Mario Kart Wii or Mario Kart 8.
I'm just saying I won that debate. All right.
No,
I don't. Hey, I'm still waiting. Where's the negative of World?
There's no negative. I can't think of a negative for either game. But you have one.
No, see, the thing is, I can say many negatives about World because they're my opinion.
Oh well, yeah.
Because I don't like them. You could be like, "Oh, what do you mean? That's my favorite part of it." So to you, there's no negative. To me, there's a few negatives.
Well, yeah, but I'm not asking for an opinion. That's the point. What about Galaxy 2 and 3 though?
I think the spots they're at are perfect for them.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's really hard to move.
I don't have much of an
World.
argument for those two games.
To be honest, World and 3 are like so similar to each other, so it's like really hard to separate them.
Right.
Like honestly, you'd probably have to move like both of them below if you were gonna move them below.
Right.
And Galaxy 2 obviously has a ton of issues. Odyssey is a perfect game though, so.
Right.
But besides the clearly insane issues that I brought up.
The clearly insane issue of this one nitpick.
They were nitpicks, I'm not gonna lie. But there were no nitpicks for World.
No, there was a nitpick for World.
What?
It's multiplayer. I'd rather play Odyssey multiplayer than World
That's
multiplayer.
so cap. That's so cap.
No, even I would rather
true.
play.
That's so cappy, bro.
That's so okay. If you're talking about playing Odyssey's co-op with your feet, sure. No, when you say you have to play co-op,
I'd rather play
when you
Odyssey's co-op with my feet too, man.
well, I would too probably. Honestly, I probably would too. But I mean, would you rather play as Cappy or would you rather play as Luigi in Mario World?
How about this? Would you rather play a speedrun of Mario World or Mario Odyssey?
Me personally, probably World. Odyssey takes a lot of learning.
Shut the fuck up! You're lying to yourself.
I'm not lying to myself. Odyssey is a much longer game. It takes a lot more tech to learn. It's way more complicated.
World record is under an hour, bro.
Yeah.
I know, that's crazy. That's a long speed run. World speed runs are, I want to say, under 20 minutes.
Yeah, because the game is short. The game.
It's not that it's short. It has warp zones.
I'm pretty sure the the fastest Mario World speedrun is a frame perfect, like 12 seconds.
Wait, what?
There's a glitch where it takes you right to the credits, but it's like frame perfect.
Yeah. That's like some Pokemon crap. We've been on this list for a long time. Are there any changes we want to make to anything?
I think where we're at is fine.
So we think 64 is better than 3D World plus Bowser's Fury?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yes.
I bet Dom would disagree.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
I think it does. I think it is.
I'll be honest, I haven't actually played Bowser Fury, so...
Oh. It's basically Odyssey. That's all you have to know.
It's
Well,
honestly...
I've seen it. I've seen enough of it to know and understand everything, but...
Bowser's Fury is
can't-
what I was asking out of Odyssey. You could hold the power-ups.
Okay, well, where's Cappy, though?
Where's Cappy? I will
That's not
say
Mario
this.
Odyssey.
I will say this. I do think Bowser's Fury has slightly worse movement than Odyssey.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
oh,
it's
sorry,
using
no, sorry,
it's using
sorry,
3D
sorry.
worlds.
Sorry,
It's using 3D
sorry.
worlds.
Sorry, then 64. And most because of what I said earlier, I said the dive is the best move in Mario's entire kit. And while 3D World does have a dive, it's more of like a mid-air roll.
Yeah.
Like it sends you to the ground really fast. So I do think that control-wise, playing the game, I would rather play Mario 64 than Bowser's Fury.
I want to move Lost Levels to Mushroom Kingdom. Here we come. Because
I've been thinking about that.
listen, the more I think about it, bro, this game is so badly designed. You know that in the NES version of this game, there's like it's so hard to tell the difference between a poison mushroom and a regular mushroom. And the very
I do
first,
want to mention,
tell me about
in the NES version of Mario 2, you have to beat the game like 8 times to get to the special worlds.
like why? What the fudge?
And
Why?
And the NES cartridges floppy disks. It was a Famicom Disk System game. Did not have saves.
You know, Mario 3 was the first game in the series to have a save file.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand why we have a phone Mario game at sea.
because it's better than New Super Mario Bros. 2.
No, it's not. It's a
Yes,
fun
it
game.
is. Yes, it is.
In the end, I still played multiplayer with a friend for New Super Mario Bros. 2.
That is true. It was still fun.
Okay,
Mario Run would be
but
literally
Mario
what
Run
I-
does more. Mario Run does more than Mario Bros. 2.
It's a phone game. You don't have... The only option you have is to tap the screen to jump.
And to swipe back if you want to slightly move back. But yeah, I think you guys are forgetting the big thing of that Mario Run actually had multiple modes.
Yeah.
It had that Toad Rally mode where you play against a ghost of someone else and try and get more points than them. It had the Remix 10 mode where you go through 10 short levels
That's
and
pretty
you
cool.
try to not to die. And that mode is actually really fun.
Like, if you want to get nitpicky about it, Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe even had multiplayer to make it fun. Mario Run is just a
Phone
stupid
game. It's a phone game to play on the shitter. Why do you want multiplayer so badly?
Oh, you have a Switch. You could just take your Switch and play Odyssey on the shitter.
It was before the Switch.
Then take your DS, your GameCube, whatever.
All right.
Your Wii U and play Mario Galaxy.
Y'all missed such an easy argument for Odyssey, bro. Odyssey's portable. Come on, y'all. Come on.
What was Mario World? It's on the Switch.
Not originally.
Isn't there emulators of Mario World?
Bro, I can play Mario World on my phone.
We're talking about the original when it came out and how good it was back then.
Oh,
How
graphics are shit.
Odyssey's
Graphics are
portable. It
amazing.
wins. You brought up the best point. It wins.
Yeah, there you go. I had to bring up the point for y'all, and I was the fighter of it. Come on now. Come on now. That's a great reason. That's a great. What the heck?
Wait, no, I did bring up the portable. I did
you
bring up
didn't.
portability.
No, you didn't.
I did. I said Mario Odyssey is great in short bursts. You can play it on the bus.
You did say that.
Yeah, but you should have said when I was comparing it to World.
I did.
I mean, yeah, he did.
Oh, I don't remember. Whatever.
Say that.
It's in the video. It's in the video. Make a clip.
I very few remember hearing a bus. That is it.
It's in the video, so there will be a clip
It's in
for
the
it.
video, bro.
Okay, bro. I'm so mad about lost levels, bro. The first power-up box you get, you see the mushroom. Let's say you go right from Mario 1 back in the day. Oh, you see the mushroom. Boom. Oh, it looks a tiny little bit different, but whatever. You know, it's a sequel. You jump into it, you freaking die. What kind of first impression is that? It sounds like a meme game.
You gotta teach them while they're young.
That's such BS. The first ever power-up you get is a fake out. Come on, dude. What is
Bro,
that?
you know there's someone who played Lost Levels, got killed by that one mushroom and didn't grab a single power up throughout the entire game.
For real. Imagine freaking being imagine being a sequel and adding one single thing to the game, and that is a power up that kills you.
So true. I think I also had trampolines, but that's about it.
Yeah. And gusts of wind.
Gusts of wind.
Yeah. All right, is that it?
I think that's it. I think that was a solid like 2.5 hours of just arguing about
Oh my
Mario.
god, this is so long!
We started at 3, I think.
Bro, what
3
is
to 3:30.
wrong?
It's been 3 hours.
I do think we took way too long on certain games.
But we did have, that was the point. We had to debate. We had to talk about them.
I mean, someone definitely made it take a bit longer because they were stubborn and didn't want to admit that Mario World is a shitty game.
Are you kidding me? It's an S tier. It's a perfect game.
All right, but here's the real question. I know it's not on the tier list, but we have to place it somewhere.
What?
We have to place it somewhere in our hearts.
What?
The Super Mario Bros. Movie.
S.
Peaches.
You talking about the
Peaches.
first one, or are you
Peaches
talking about the second
It's
one?
in the Peaches tier.
It is in the Peaches tier. Or it's also in Mushroom. Actually, no, it's not, because that line got cut.
That line got cut.
It's actually not, because it's not in the movie.
It physically cannot be in the Mushroom Kingdom movie.
That's so funny. Oh, shoot.
All right.
Any final thoughts on if New Soup 2 should be over Mario Run?
I will murder you.
I mean, Dom did bring up a
But
good
that shit in
point.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come at this point.
Just wait, okay? When we do side games for Mario, I'll make sure that Mario Kart Tour is in it.
Oh, shoot. Bro.
I will fight you on that.
I will gladly fight because I have played that game, and that game was not
I have
that
played that
bad.
game too. And I think it has some great ideas.
Yeah, I would give it like a nice, B or A. Well, get ready to join us in our Splatoon tier list tomorrow. It's going to be about 5 minutes. That's about it.
Oh, great. I've played Splatoon.
What is the next tier list anyway? Is it going to be another Mario related one?
Bro,
Something
it's going to be a
related.
Xenoblade tier list. And it's going to last all of like 7 hours while we debate what's better, Xenoblade 1 or 2.
What about 3?
It's good, but the main argument is going to be Xenoblade 1 and 2.
You think
Which
3 is
means
the
we-
worst one?
I do.
Really?
I do.
Wow. That's a hot take.
Best indie game.
Best
I do
indie
think-
game. Gino would
Well,
not
well,
have any context
wait.
for that.
Listen, Connor. For a Xenoblade tier list, you are comparing 3 masterpieces.
That's true. But like 3 easily has the best
There
gameplay.
has to be a worst one, and I think it's Xenoblade 3.
No
I think it does
way.
so many things great.
I was gonna say 1 was the worst one.
Now that hurts me.
I mean, I know, but like 3 has the best gameplay, 2 has the best story. So
has the best story.
what does 1 have?
3 has the best characters. It's just in my heart.
1 doesn't have Jack compared to the other 2.
1 has the best world, in my opinion.
What,
I
to
know the next
explore?
tier list.
Not to explore, because the best world to explore is Xenoblade X. You get a fucking.
All right,
flying-
I'm done with this. Screw Xenoblade X.
Bro, you get a flying mech in that game.
Anyway, Mario Odyssey is the greatest Mario game of all time, followed by Super Mario World, Mario 3,
So
and then
true.
Galaxy 2.
Hear me out, though.
What?
The next tier list, right?
What?
Luigi Mansion Ghost tier list.
What the fuck?
Specifically the ghost.
Yes, only the
Specifically
ghost.
the
Polterpup
ghost.
S tier. Polterpup S tier.
Polter Pup.
I
feel
wish I
like-
got to finish my sentence because I was going to say S tier, Smash, and then F tier is Pass.
Oh. Polterpup is S tier.
So we know. Okay.
Whatever. All right, I'll see y'all next time.